Now rocking Asics shoes, rocking Wrangler cargo shorts, wife beater, and a Hawaiian shirt. And I spent all night putting my shoulder holster together yesterday.
You're retired. You're a retired dad.
Yeah. The next thing is going to be the mustache.
I like that. I'll do it.
I'm rocking
do the mustache.
The problem is I can't. I got to go to somebody. Like, I got to go to, my guy and be like, all right, give me a mustache. Because if I do it, I'm going to look retarded. What up, everybody? Hi. Welcome to the program. It's Revenge of the Sis.
Why do you look like a French rapist?
I don't know. I just wanted to. I got tired of the beard.
It looks good. I like it. You should keep it.
No, you're making fun of me now.
How am I making fun of you?
No, I was tired of the beard. I'm eventually just going to rock a full-on, mullet and mustache combo.
I like that.
I made a post at some point because I want to get new glasses. I want to get some new threads, the whole nine, right? So I reached out. I made a post on my Facebook page, an admittedly gay post, but I said I wanted to hire somebody, like a stylist or somebody. Not that I don't know how to dress, but for basic things, I'm not good at picking out things like glasses, for instance. I got to get rid of these glasses. I want new glasses. There's a bunch of shit I want to do this year, right? I'm losing weight. I'm down 25 pounds. By the way, the 250s is really hard. Really hard. This is I'm hitting 25 pounds seems to be like a cap for me. And my body is just fighting the weight loss. But, I'm down in weight. I'm going to be changing some clothing sizes soon. And I'm going to get my beach body.
It's pool time. Woo!
Figured some new duds, right? Some new duds for myself. And so I made a post. Make fun of my mustache, It's just...
Dude, you set yourself up for it. You shut up with a mustache. Come on.
This is not going to go well.
Again.
So go back to today. I post this message. Hey, guys, I'm looking locally to hire somebody who has experience as a stylist, right? I'll get the Chronicles guy out of here. I don't like that. I don't like when people rush me.
If you do it, it's going to be a very, very thin mustache.
I'm going to go Sean King style.
Oh, okay.
I'd be like, yo, as a black man, I'm very offended by what's going on in the world. So go back to today. I post, and again, of course, it's a little nerdy for me to ask such a thing. And of course, people are going to break my balls about it. Admittedly gay post. I went to get a haircut today, and I was like, let's lose the beard. I want a mustache.
Oh, man, good luck to you.
Why? Why are you hating on my mustache?
I'm not hating on it. I think it looks great.
I was going, this is the thing, man. I was going for more of the I'll never go to jail now, because now when cops pull me over, they're going to go, man, this guy's got a sweet style.
Yeah, you're right.
This guy's pretty cool. So as I said, I made a post where I was like, I've been hitting the gym. I'm officially down 25 pounds. My body shape is changing, and I want to upgrade my whole aesthetic. So if anybody knows of a good stylist, and I don't mean like a hairstylist, I mean a personal stylist. Somebody will help me pick out a good pair of glasses that don't look weird on my dumb face. Somebody will help me tell me how to style my hair, that kind of shit. I'm trying to go into a new era here. I'm trying to reek of success here. Admittedly gay post. I want to be more marketable. I told Royce I want to start maybe doing like a photo shoot, new art for the show. I start getting messages, right? What the fuck is wrong with Bally Song? And I'm like, why? What happened? And they're like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? You're spiraling on a grown man's Facebook page. Why are you, you know what I mean?
Wow. What turns a MERSH effector into a MERSH defect? Wait, is he eating his fingernail? What the fuck? Well, I guess fingernails are sort of like training wheels for bones. He swallowed it. He just swallowed that finger. Ugh, yuck. Well, anyway, everybody, MERSH has a brand new style. And in order to achieve that style, which is, of course, just copying Stav from Cumtown, he's going to need a brand new stylist. Yeah, in order to look like the big fat guy from Cumtown, he's going to need to pay somebody because, hey, he's making so much moolah now. It's time to flex on a bitch. But seriously, Mr. Bally Song, he's the artist in-house for Revenge of the Sis. For as long as I've known them, this Mr. Bally Song guy has been around. And I'll admit right now, I've always thought he was actually a really good artist. Honestly, he's too good of an artist for Revenge of the Sis. So when I saw MERSH post the most embarrassing Facebook post I've ever seen in my whole life, And I saw Mr. Ballysong comment on it, just kind of busting his balls, but you could tell. You could tell what was really going on inside his head. You knew he was actually thinking, it's all been building up for a while. MERSH, you keep saying the gayest things I've ever heard in my entire life. That's the way the post read. Over and over again. It did go on for a little while. He clearly had a lot to say. Perhaps there was a bit, just a tiny bit, of unspooling going on. But you have to imagine, as a MERSH fan, as a MERSH effector, you have to be sitting there all the time, just constantly compartmentalizing things in your head, trying to make sense of how much money you've put into these guys, how much time, how much respect you've given him, and then over and over and over again, they keep being made to look the fool on the internet. Jesse's making them goons. Porcelain's making docs. Alan Powell is... I don't know, Alan Powell, I don't know what he does. But the point is, you have to constantly be sitting there going, okay, MERSH, please, for the love of God, just go 1 week without doing the stupidest thing you've ever done. And he never does. He never does. And then that's when the MERSH effect becomes the MERSH defect. Now, I have a feeling this Mr. Ballysong guy who has made art for their t-shirts, made art for their shows, done little bits and video. He does video, he does cartoon work. I've seen he made a Daywave t-shirt that was incredible. Like, there's all this. His art is really, really good. And this guy, he just couldn't take it anymore. He's been around forever. And how does MERSH get back at Mr. Ballysong for just lightly busting balls on him on the internet? By the way, on a post that nobody saw except MERSH's sister. How does MERSH return the favor to Mr. Ballysong? Well, the only way to prove that you're not gay online, by going on an hour-long autistic rampage against a woman and claiming that you did not have sex with that woman, and somehow that is an own.
They're cyberbullying me to death.
I'll never understand the brain of MERSH. I can't possibly. We've tried to pick it apart before. But I do know that whenever he's backed into the corner, the most likely move he's going to make is lashing out at a woman. And tonight on the show, not only are we going to help MERSH with his brand new style, but we're going to explore this bizarre lashing out story he told where he claimed he's the one who turned down sex with a lady. And somehow that's going to affect Mr. Ballysong. Now, I want to say this before we begin. I 100% encourage MERSH's new style. In fact, I'm going to offer my services as his new stylist. I would love to help you with that style. Forget about Fedora MERSH. Forget about Matrix MERSH. And please, for the love of God, forget about Detective MERSH or whatever it is you're going for now with, by the way, that pedo stash. But I would love to help you out. MERSH, you don't even have to pay me. I'll do it for free. I'll fly down there. You want me to comb that weird shock of hair that's just sticking out from your bizarre Snoopy Dog ear headphones? I'll do it. I'll pick the nits of lice out of your balding head if you need me to do it. I would love to style you. MERSH has got a brand new style. Let's go bully the internet. This is Podawful.
Podawful sucks.
The dark future is here, let's get out of here. The internet is screwed from the space on the moon. Jesse bullies the goons. Podawful's watching you. La 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 la.
Did I cross swords with this guy at some point?
Why, yes, you did. Hello, welcome, everybody. This is Podawful. I'm your host, Jesse P.S. And if you'd like me to be your stylist, I'm there for you. You can follow me on Twitter, by the way, at OnlineRetard, until that one's gone. I'm on Instagram at Podawful. I'm on Facebook, I guess. And of course, we have our Discord, podawful.com/Discord. That's the cult, the Podawful cult, podawful.com/Discord. I'd love to see you there. Anyway, join it. We are live every Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, podawful.tv. And on Wednesdays, we're live at 8 p.m. Eastern Time over there in the Pizza Fund, podawful.pizza, premium episodes only. Let's see what the people are saying live here in the chat room tonight. Let's see, is that the chat box? Is this the chat? There it is. Guys, we got a new setup here. I don't know. Let's see what they're saying. We've got some applause going on. I got excited, somebody says.
I got excited. Very excited to see all of this.
I love you, Jesse, says Jason Smith. Thank you so much. Herder, says Corey, who, by the way, could use a stylist himself. Dear Lord. You know, I didn't even know that stylist, I got to be honest, is that a real job? I have no clue. I guess like a hairstylist, sure. A personal assistant, okay. Kind of a different job. A personal stylist, somebody who just, what do? They follow you around? You send them out shopping? Is this something like he heard Opie and Anthony? Honestly, I talked to Ryan about this. You guys know I'm not into all of these Opie and Anthony-esque people. The Opa-likes, the Anthonites out there. There's so many shows that are just doing Opie and Anthony. I never listened to them. But I was talking to Ryan, my friend Ryan, from the Gavin McInnes show. My friend Gavin McInnes. I was talking to Ryan about this. I was like, have you seen this thing with MERSH where he's claiming he's going to get a stylist? And of course, Ryan's jaw hit the floor. He immediately puked into the closest trash can. He screamed and he said, "A stylist? What?" I was like, yeah, what even is that? What do you do? Like, he brought up the fact that Anthony from Opie and Anthony, so this is more copying on MERSH's part. He's not just copying Stav from Cumtown. Anthony, which one's the guy, the Italian guy? Anthony. Anthony. I keep doing it because I want to say, I want to call the individual man Opie and Anthony. They're the same guy. In MERSH, that's true. He is both Opie and Anthony. So Anthony, apparently, according to Ryan, used to have, I don't know why I zoomed in on that. See, I don't know the buttons anymore of my own studio. That fucking insurrection. God damn it. MERSH apparently is copying Anthony because Anthony had a stylist, or maybe it was just a hairstylist. I don't know. Ryan brought this up. This guy called John Sahag or something like that. And obviously, if MERSH is thinking back to them, he wants to be a radio guy. Oh my God. Wait until you find out the type of guy. You want to talk about you think of being a radio guy is embarrassing. I got a brand new guy for you that MERSH has been trying to be secretly. He's been secretly attempting a new type of guy that we wouldn't find out about. You're going to find out about it tonight. Wait until you see this. It's amazing. But anyway, he's copying Anthony. He saw it on, I think Howard Stern had a stylist or something. Some guy, some lackey, some lackatoo he paid to go out and, hey, Robin, look at the lesbians. Anyway, go buy me a fur coat. I don't know what the man wears. I don't know. I never listened to any of these people. I never watched. Despite this look, I never listened to Howard Stern. In fact, there was a famous story about Howard Stern being banned from my hometown of Richmond, Virginia. I don't think he was ever on for longer than like 6 months or something. And even when he was, I was like 2? I don't even know. I was maybe 1. So how old am I now? 40. So I don't know anything about these people, but this is what Ryan was telling me. I find it very funny, and I do want to help MERSH out with his brand new threads, his duds, and they will be a dud for sure. But let's talk about this. Let's talk about the original post itself. I'd like to show it to you right now. MERSH went to his Facebook, which is maybe the most embarrassing place to do that. The fact that you're even still using a Facebook at this point, like for serious requests. And of course, only his sister responds, because who's going to respond to you on Facebook but an old boomer woman from your family? That's the only reason anybody keeps Facebook around. Not MERSH, though. He's different. He's actually got reasons to be on there. He says, "So I've been hitting the gym and I'm officially down 25 pounds, gaining muscle, etc. God, by August. Guys, by August, never specified what year, by August, he's going to be so ripped. So he's gaining muscle, etc. I think I want to upgrade my whole aesthetic. Do you? Well, why don't we paint your nails first? How about we go, you want a nice French manicure? Your aesthetic. Here's what you can do, Mersh. Go post on Tumblr. Maybe figure out what the next vaporwave trend is for your show. Oh my God, wait until you find out what Mersh wants his new show aesthetic to be. This is going to be a great episode. Wait until you see this. Any of my IRL friends out there know of a legitimate stylist in the Florida area? Not a person who cuts hair, because why bother? There's nothing there to cut. And calls themselves a stylist. I love that. Mersh is now gatekeeping stylists. He's never had one. Again, not 100% sure it's a real job. Okay, if you're mega rich, sure. You can do anything if you're mega rich. You can hire a slave if you're mega rich. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, Jesse, if you're paying somebody, they're not technically... Yes, they are. Because they're Chinese, and you pay them to act slavey. I know this for a fact because Ryan is Gavin's Chinese slave. So Mersh is now saying, not somebody who just calls themselves a stylist. No. I need the 100% real deal. I don't even know what Mersh's accent is supposed to be anymore. I'm not even sure if I'm in the ballpark with it anymore. I have to vacillate so quickly between Wigger, Italian, and globalist. Anybody? That I'm not sure where to settle on. I don't know. So he says, not a person who cuts hair and calls themselves a stylist. I mean a legit head-to-toe stylist. Someone who can help me craft a look that will carry me. Carry you? He ain't heavy, man. He's my brother. Nobody could carry you. I don't think Royce could carry you. If you were still sleeping on Royce's couch and his house was set on fire like it actually did one time during the show when your goon alarm went off, that was the minute I knew. I knew the second their goon alarm went off live on their show. Oh, okay, these guys are goons. His house could catch fire. You could be molded into the couch. And by that, I mean not like it has formed a mold because you have depressed yourself. And of course, you're depressed, but you've depressed yourself so deeply into the cushions of it. I mean, mold is now growing over you. There's a mossiness. Apparently, his couch faces north because you are full of algae now. And so Royce could dig you out from that couch and he still would not be able to carry you down those stairs. And he's a boulder. That man going downstairs, if you're Indiana Jones at the bottom of those stairs, you better let go of that fucking idol quick. So Mersh says, someone who can help me craft a look that will carry me as I become an old ass dude. By the way, become too late. We're there, Mersh. It is happening. You're there. And he says, hit me up. I got money. Yeah? How much? And then he used the recommendations. You ever get that thing? I know you guys can barely see it because, listen, I can either show you things that are on a light colored background or I can show you things that are on a dark colored background, but monitors don't play too well with both. If you've never used Facebook in its more recent incarnations, now when you post stuff, Facebook will detect what you're posting about and go, would you like this to be a recommendation? Would you like to ask for a recommendation? And they'll add a map onto it so you can share what area. And Mersh said, yes, please. Right around the Section 8 area of Tampa, Florida, please. Thank you so much. And who responds? But of course, Mersh's ghost hunting sister. She says, congrats on the progress. GG. GG? Really? You're too old to know what GG is. I think she just accidentally fell asleep on the keyboard after typing. She's not saying GG. She's saying... And that, of course, is when Mr. Bally Song decided to chime in.
Who's the big boy with the race car chair? Sleeping on the sofa and losing his hair, he destroys the cougars with his devastating wit, but the only hole he's getting is the Sarlacc pit. By his own admission, he's a gay vampire. He crushes up the bones and snorts them to get higher. His eyes are crossed, like, what? Yeah, he's short and squat and he spoks out a lot. Hollywood MERSH.
I mean, there is no greater case of going Hollywood than asking for a stylist from the internet. I just need a stylist. He's transitioning, they're saying in the chat. Or actually, let me see what they're saying in the chat here. Congratulations on your transition. I saw Lakelandese, ghost stylist, ghost. Of course, that's what she meant by GG. Well done, chat room. Leo the bum tickler with that one. Tink 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 is the funniest meme. Has Royce been losing weight or gaining muscle from having to roll MERSH in flour to find his wet spots? I don't even know what that means, but I love it. That's my favorite type of joke. Things where I don't even get it. I have no problem admitting I don't get a joke. I like it better that way. Why do you need to find his wet spots? Very bizarre behavior, but you know what? I fully believe that that is one of the jobs of Royce. Royce is sort of MERSH's caretaker. MERSH is not, they were not roommates. That was sort of a home that MERSH was assigned to. Royce was sort of he was a wet nurse for MERSH. I've actually seen him milk his nipples and give the givings to MERSH. So now this screenshot right here, here's Mr. Ballysong, and here's what he has to say to this. And okay, I'm going to admit here, I have no problem saying this. Mr. Ballysong is a little bit flamboyant with his response. As you can see, there's a lot of words here. Mr. Ballysong is also a Polish guy, I believe, So I'm not sure if he remembered to shut the screen door to the submarine before he typed all of this, but you got to forgive him a little bit. He's foreign. He's trying his best. The fact that he can even type this much is incredible, but he did go full tink tink.
Tink, 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 tink. Tink, 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 tink.
He says, so you're a grown man looking for other grown men to help you get dressed and tell you you're looking cool because you're too busy with hitting that gym. And I like it when you quote a guy in a way that it's not even necessarily what he said, but it's the feeling of what he said. He's really going for it here. Hitting that gym to do that shit yourself like any other normal adult, that might be the gayest fucking shit I've ever read. Just pick another movie / video game cool guy's wardrobe to imitate and be done with it, which is what MERSH does. He does just pick another guy's wardrobe and imitate it. With how many white blazers you have and how quickly you're balding, it's just always gonna revert back to your default Leisure Suit Larry look anyway. And again, this dude has worked for MERSH for they were friends. This is a betrayal beyond betrayals for MERSH.
They're cyberbullying me to death.
I have autism. I can't.
It's bad. It's really bad. And just on the side note, and I'm talking from experience here, you know how when you're fat as shit and play video games all day, every day, whenever you're not getting fucked up on whatever alcohol, drugs you have access to and calling it work, you have that 1 or 2 healthy meals, steak and pasta, by the way, or you lift a dumbbell a couple times so you can feel like the grotesque mutant from all the reflective surfaces isn't right about how bad shit has gotten. Yeah. I don't even know. And be honest with me. You don't know what he's saying here. We know what he's saying. Like, the feeling is there. We love the feeling. A for effort. I'm going to give D- for language. If this were an English test, you probably failed. If this was a creative writing test, you failed. If this were a math test, bizarre answer to give. But if this were you delivering a book report and the book was MERSH Kampf and you delivered it with the gusto that I feel you have behind it, fucking A+. It's like that time I was in elementary school and we had a large retard program at my elementary school. They just like they like to drop off the tards in our school, which meant we also had a huge deaf program because, if you don't know this, deaf people are retarded. It's the same thing. I don't hate deaf people because I don't hate retarded people. I love them. In fact, growing up around retarded people, there were so many of them in my school. I was in the class with them. I guess I was like a buddy. I was like a monitor or something. I was like sort of the Royce to their MERSH, probably. I wasn't retarded. So growing up around them so much, I love them. That's why I love talking about them, looking at them, finding out about them.
Autism. I can't help it.
And we had such a huge deaf program at the school that the one type of retard I dislike, deaf kids. Okay, I probably told these stories before, but I'm going to say it again real quick here. For instance, there was a deaf girl named, I hate this, but what can you do? Jessie. Her name was Jessie with an I. Hi, I'm Jessie. And she was deaf. And she was the type of deaf where she's your regular deaf person. And she had a cochlear implant, but the deaf kids at our school, maybe this is common, I don't know. They loved turning them off. They wanted to be deaf. They didn't want to hear what you had to say. So what's crazy is Jessie was one of these wild child deaf kids. And on the playground one day, I'm sitting there, we're in a sandbox. I'm a little kid. This was like 5 years ago. I'm a little kid. I'm in a sandbox with another child. And she is just furiously in the most retard strength.
Y'all some retards.
I didn't even mean to hit that one. I was going to hit a different one, but that's the perfect one to hit. Thank you,
Y'all
Rufio.
some retards.
In like the most retarded way possible, like that angry retard, that strength of two men and a little lady style retardation. She is just furiously kicking the fucking sand. She's just kicking it, and it's getting all over the normal kids like me. And nobody else wants to say anything because she's deaf, and deaf is retarded. And you don't want to make the retarded kids feel bad unless you're me.
I'm a killer gorilla.
So I had no issue telling her, hey, stop it. Now, did I say, hey, stop it? No. I said, hey, what are you doing? You retard? And Jessie looks me in the eyes. And she looks me in the eyes. And she says, and I'll never forget this, not for as long as I live, you don't have to yell. I'm not deaf. Yes, you literally are. Whew. Anyway, all of that was to tell you a completely different story. I knew another deaf girl. She's one of the first people with a cochlear implant. She was on Montel Williams for having a cochlear implant. Or at least like whatever version of cochlear implant this was. Like this one super worked. She could hear, right? But she didn't talk like this. I remember one time we were doing a book report thing and we are all reading in a circle and we're reading this story about, it was called like the something hammock. So the word hammock came up a lot, and hammock has two M's in it, and nobody's telling her it's not pronounced hammock. So she just keeps saying, I was twinging in the hammock, and nobody would correct her. MERSH is sort of a deaf person when you think about it. There's some of us like me, where we can look at a retard and go, no, we're helping you by telling you that, hey, listen, retard, knock, knock. Hey, you're saying hammock. It's hammock. I said that to her. The rest of the kids, they looked in horror. They're like, no, you can't do that. You have to treat them with kid gloves. Now, that story was to tell you this story. This girl, her name was Catherine McGee. Look her up. I don't care. What's she going to do? Hear this? So Catherine McGee we all had to do book reports, and we had to give a presentation at the end of those book reports. And you had to stand up in front of the class. You had to do something. You had to do something. So I read a book on magic, and then I performed fucking magic for the class. Okay? And I really did it. I'm 2. I don't know how old you are in elementary school. I'm 8 months old, or I'm maybe 17, something like that. But I performed magic, all right? Read a book, talked about it, gave an oral presentation, gave a little something else too, and then I made things disappear. I made them reappear. Okay, I shouldn't have said oral and then that and all this stuff. But anyway, these are children. The point is, Catherine read no book, and instead, she stood up in front of the class and she just told us about a recipe that she and her mom make at home. Now, and by the way, she wasn't confused and thought her mom wrote a cookbook. Nope. This wasn't even written down. She had no paper in front of her. It was bizarre. And we all sat there like, yes, this is fine. And everybody's sitting there, and she goes, "Dented my teeny wet potato wet to pee." And now my first thought is, excuse me, wet? What does wet mean in this case? Why wet? And everybody else said, yes, of course, wet potatoes. Yeah, my favorite type. Done into my teeny wet potato wet to pee. First you take the potato, and then you put it in water, and then you put it in tea, and then you boil it, and then that's how you make the teeny wet potato wet to pee. I'm not exaggerating. That was the book report. A+. You want to know what I got for doing magic? Literal magic? B. Mersh is kind of a deaf person. Bally Song, in this case, is kind of a deaf person. We kind of just have to sit here and go, well, you tried. A. You get an A. You kind of tried. Because I kind of understood this. We get where you're going with it. You might have misunderstood the assignment, but at least somebody said, you know what he actually is? He's me. He's the guy sitting there going, okay, is nobody else going to point out that Mersh just said the potato was wet? He's asking for a stylist. So I have no clue what he's saying here, but he says, you have that 1 or 2 healthy meals. How bad shit has gotten. Yeah, doing that that isn't hitting the gym. And if I were you, I would consider waiting for people to actually notice any change before I start playing my pretty woman montage. Okay, he won me back. He's me. Bally Song is not the deaf person. He's me. I like him now. Bally Song and I are actually friends. So he says, pretty woman montage song to go on a shopping spree to find my perfect whole new me costume. Doesn't work as well when you're still fat. You end up looking a bit silly. All right. Ding, 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 ding. They say in the chat room, peace hooking ham milkers. My dick is buried under. Oh, this is Nightwave Radio is in the chat. Mersh is here, everybody. Wow. Welcome, Mersh. What's he saying? Give it up for Mersh in the chat room. He just said, you missed it, but he just said, my dick is buried underneath my stomach, and when I play video games for 10 hours, it gets sweaty and stinks. Wow. Well, thank you for sharing that with us.
I'll follow dudes back if they have a cute guy. Bones to make us feel good.
Oh my God, I have bonitis.
Thank you very much, Mersh. What's everybody saying? Featured, by the way, your mom. Nightwave Radio smack talked Mersh on AP. I don't know what that means. Oh, he was talking about Mersh. Wait, what? Huh? I don't know what that means. Bally Song should have said this to Mersh a year ago. Well, that's the thing about being part of the Mersh effect. It's hard to break away from, so we always congratulate somebody who manages to do so. Now, of course, Mersh responded because that's what Mersh does. That's why he's a lol cow. He says, okay, that kind of came out of nowhere. God, he's such a bitchy little gremlin. Okay, that kind of came out of nowhere. You okay, bud? And then Royce comes into the rescue. He's the handler. He says, now do me. And Bally Song says to Royce, you're also fat, but I'm almost certain you pick your own clothes and there's not like a need for a hired professional so you know which hat to wear. At least I don't remember it ever being referenced, and the clothes would kind of suggest you being the driving force in picking them. lots of brands of things from 30 years ago and references to things I need to go through my dusty VHS tapes collection to understand, and you're gay. Very good. Royce responds, I mean, that's fine, but is that why you've been ignoring my DMs? What are you, his girlfriend? Ignoring your DMs? He lives in Poland. I didn't even know they had computers. Why are you ignoring my DMs for months and shit? I get I am fat, but I was just trying to give you work for people who are asking for paying artwork. Oh, all of a sudden you guys want to get them paid. You don't want to pay them, but other people do. Okay. For paying artwork gigs. You kind of left me on read and ghosted. Not really sure what that was about, dude. That's Royce. Star Trek's own Royce. Remember? So Ballysong says, all the fat and gayness was too much. It was too much fat for him to respond. All the fat and gayness was too much. And also, as I'm being informed by the dress-up Barbie doing a read on my intentions of why I would use such personal digs as calling someone fat and gay, that it was stewing for them longest times. Okay, losing me a little bit. Let's get back on the track here. And not that as I usually fucking do. Oh, so he just always is busting balls and they're acting weird because he hasn't responded to them in a while. So they're nervous. The bullying online has made MERSH constantly on edge. I usually fucking do, and you more than anyone should remember that one is when I work, I more than often don't respond until there's a window of time to do so. And just because someone wants something else somewhere, also, I can't just put the brakes on the one in the progress and as it, okay, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, you get it. And Royce has a little big baby meltdown. He's sort of having a temper tantrum, a gay lover's temper tantrum. You've seen it many times. You've walked the streets of Chelsea in New York, of Soho, of the shitty streets of San Francisco, and you've seen some guy go, where are you going? No! That's Royce. Ballysong's the one stomping away going, if you tell me one more time you're going to get a stylist. I know what you're trying to do, okay? You don't want a stylist, you want a second boyfriend. I get it. Let's actually take a look at the video here where MERSH talks about this stuff because it is insane. And he did a whole episode. It's called The Year of the Simp, where he talks about him needing his stylist and Ballysong. And then this woman. Let's take a look here.
About somebody else that used to be in this community. Bowling Green says, just like Count Cuckula. Yeah, but no, Count Cuckula left the internet. And when he left the internet, he spoke with me privately. He spoke with Frank privately.
See, anytime MERSH brings up somebody who's left his community, that you can name a whole host of other people who also left. Now he's having to explain why this is different.
Spoke with Royce privately. He spoke with a couple people privately. He didn't just disappear like, fuck you. He disappeared.
Everyone's defecting, yeah. It's the MERSH defect.
I'm not going to get into that.
And guys, you still have time to MERSH defect. You're always welcome here. Even the people who don't defect, you're welcome here. To be honest, I don't care. Just, as long as you're not. And I'm not. This video is called The Year of the Simp. And I always say, oh, it's a MERSH simp. We got to stop saying simp. Simp's done. Simp's been done. Simp was way done. Like, simp was done 2 years ago. These guys are more than simps. I was calling it the friendship simpulator for a while. The hug box of his chat room. This is more than that. These guys are butt huffers. You want to talk about a guy who's defending MERSH, who's guarding her? Forget these terms. They're butt huffers. They want to huff the man's natural fumes. They need his bouquet, his aroma, to entice the senses to keep it going. In order to keep yourself happy with the horrible decision you made of continuing to watch Nightwave, you need at some point to get a little bit of MERSH's stink up in your nose. That's a butt huffer. These guys are butt huffing. Butt huffers of MERSH, you're welcome here, as long as you're not huffing butt. And of course, if you want to become a MERSH defector, you're more than welcome.
Cuckula at least did the whole, hey man, if you don't see me for a while, this is why, So it got weird. It's just getting weird.
It's weird. Isn't it weird? It's always weird.
I'm trying to figure out how I can tell this story without telling the whole story because...
And then he, of course, proceeds to tell
I'm fine.
the whole
I'm the
story.
good guy in this. It doesn't even bother me because I did nothing wrong.
It doesn't even bother me. Cut to 6 hours later.
Story, but some people know bits and pieces of this story. Some people probably know bits and pieces of this story that I'm probably not going to tell on the air tonight.
He does. Spoiler alert, he did. Ron Howard, he does.
I'd reached out to him because another former listener of the show who stopped talking to us for more well-defined reasons.
How many are there? You haven't even been a show that long.
Reached out to me after about a year and a half of not talking to us, a female. And reached out to me, and at one point...
A female,
I have
so he's talking about the lady.
Saved, and I'm not going to put anybody on blast yet. But understand, I do have all of these fucking receipts and everything. If anybody wants to try to fuck around.
F around and F out.
From what I know of it, we've always been cool with Bally. Bally got involved at one point with an absolute fucking head case of a woman.
Oh. Okay.
A woman who...
What does that have to do with him calling you gay?
Proven time and time again, very good at stirring shit. So I reached out to him a few months back, and that's when I told Royce, I said, I reached out to him because, you know who reached out to me. And started saying some crazy wild shit, and I wanted to make sure he was aware that bitch is crazy.
There's like 4 women in the ROTC audience who aren't over the age of 65 years old. And so the whole chat's guessing the 4 women they can think about that MERSH might be talking about. They're all saying Executee. Remember Executee? It ain't Executee doesn't like MERSH. Listen, spoilers. Executee ain't on MERSH's side. And that's not why he's talking. Nope, that ain't it. It's not Tortilla. She's back. Tortilla's back all of a sudden. She was gone for what happened to Tortilla? I think, and I've just heard through the grapevine about this. I think Tortilla, MERSH's moderator, the lady moderator, she's like a little bit in love with, I don't know if it's Royce or MERSH or both of them or what. She's married though. She used to watch this show until I started really going. She watched until I started going really hard against MERSH. So I guess she's kind of in love with him. And her husband made her stop. Now she only watches in secret. So you only ever see her around when her husband's asleep because he doesn't like it.
So I reached out to him and was like, yo, I don't know if you're still talking to this bitch, but she just reached out to me and this bitch is off her fucking meds or something. And I got no, man, we're cool, man. We're cool. I'm like,
and just to be clear, this has something to do with him being gay for wanting a stylist.
But, who else was like that? I did somebody else's ghost too.
Oh, wait, what the fuck? Did that just skip all the way the fuck ahead? Oh, my God. All right, I apologize. I don't know what just happened. Somehow the video went way far ahead. I'm just going to go to a random point. Hopefully it's good enough.
I should read it since Evil Ian's asking. I will read it since it's only fair.
Here he is reading.
There's nothing really personal in the thing. But so as I said, I made a post where I was like, I've been hitting the gym. I'm officially down 25 pounds. My body shape is changing.
My body shape is... Yeah, I'll say it's morphing. Dude, you're looking fucking more phenomenal. A body shouldn't change that much unless it's amoebic. My body is changing. What are you, becoming a woman? Are you blossoming? My body shape is changing from mesomorphic to endomorphic. I don't know. It can't get any worse, right? It's not getting better. We know that. My body shape. You know what? Fuck this shit. I lost the place in the video. Fuck it. I don't need the video. You know why?
My whole aesthetic.
No. Shut up, MERSH. I don't need the video. And I'll tell you why I don't need the video. Because I've got the man himself right here already. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just go to my Discord here for a second. And let me bring on a friend here. Calling. Here we go. There we are. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to Podawful for the first time, one of the world's greatest artists, Mr. Ballysong.
Hey, faggots. How are you doing? I had a fucking weird couple of weeks lately. So, Royce, first and foremost, you spineless fat piece of shit. Remember all those times when you were fucking going on and on about how I should respond to that fucking Rob Gavagan guy who's been fucking bothering me for forever, fucking in my like DMs and shit, and I didn't respond because I had other shit to do and I didn't know who that fucking guy was.
Sure, to be clear, this isn't a video. He's actually here.
No,
he's just going
I am
off.
Here, I am just. You're just not needed for this part.
Okay, I'll set this out. Thank you.
Yeah, that part where you were going on and on how I should respond to that guy. Yeah, I was working with that guy for at least fucking couple months. Fucking dumb hunk of shit. And you saw the fucking couple episodes I've worked on. So all this, where did he go? What is he doing? All that shit, you fucking cretin, is, how do I put it? Fucking, because you're too dumb to fucking even remember shit like this. Ask Rob. He just recently got me fucking new graphics tablet. I was thinking I'm gonna have to fucking like spend forever by fucking earning whatever fucking couple bucks you were throwing me every now and then for my work. Just because I needed it. Great guy. Hope he's gonna fucking share that Dragworks artwork I was working on. If you're watching, Rob, and I hope you do, like, share away, like, just work in progress.
By the way, I do want to point out we have 375 people watching. Could we get one more, please? Just one more thing. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Mr. Bally. So please keep bizarrely spurging on Royce. Nobody knows what you're talking about right now. I gotta be honest.
Well, Rob Gavigan, fucking 3 million subscribers over that fucking show. Like, they were very
Which shows
excited.
you that subscribers are fake, because that means nothing. Nobody watches his stuff. He's friends with Royce, for crying out loud.
No. No. This is one of those fucking, like, if you're into like horror shit and like fucking documentaries and all that, it's a very specific niche, but popular in its circles. And I mean, he's been long enough on the internet to like have couple fucking.
In the chat room, they're calling you a Rasputin. And but they are saying that we love you. We look at this Rasputin.
I love you very much also, and I think
they like your calm demeanor.
Yes, because I had to smoke like a fucking kilogram of weed to calm my shit before I could come into this fucking show.
Wait, why are you so mad? Let's focus in the MERSH stuff. Why are you so mad?
Because I'm setting up the scene.
Okay,
I'm setting up the scene of my
you're being a stylist. You're being a stylist of the scene.
I am a stylist, storyteller, whatever you want to call me.
Okay.
And I just a small piece of criticism, like, why the fuck do you think I sound like Ivan Drago?
I don't know,
I sound
man.
like Ivan Drago.
I think you sound like Sven.
Learn my pace, and you're gonna be perfect at it. I'm not just like another fucking Russian sperg. Like, I have a very specific rhythm, but it was almost good. Still, going back to my disappearance, I wasn't talking with any of you faggots because I don't like Royce, MERSH, like, they were all jumping on me like, whoa, I thought we were friends. Since fucking when?
Thank you.
Are you friends with every fucking pizza delivery boy fucking, and every time you pay him, do you think you fucking...
I'm going to literally kill you.
So, and going back to...
Are you going Super Saiyan?
Going back and forth. I'm not yet, but I'm going there.
Okay.
Yeah, that MERSH fella that couldn't even fucking comprehend why I would ever call this piece of shit gay. So, remember how we were talking about how, oh my god, this much pent-up rage? Nah, nigga, this wasn't. This is, you piece of fucking mongoloid dog shit. Yeah. You got me. It was very funny looking at all you faggots unprovoked outside of fucking couple gay jokes.
You're allowed to say these things in Poland, by the way. He's in Poland. This is okay.
Yes, we can say a lot more stuff, but I know Kitties is watching and she doesn't like me using all them hard R's in them N-words I fucking love to use. So I'm gonna prevent myself from doing so, but I'm gonna stick to fucking faggots and fucksticks because I've been lately using those two a lot. So
I stick enough things on my butt, I'll make the most money.
Nah, you should. Like, start with a fucking collection of Chinese knives, you piece of shit. I am so done with that fucking guy. Like, where were we friends? Where were we hanging out? Oh yeah, I remember that time when, like, you know, that chick you went after, like kitties. Remember that crazy chick nobody liked, and no one ever, not even once, asked me to like fucking maybe talk to her so she can come back to the community.
So the lady he was talking about in the stream about you is Show Me Kitties.
Yes, apparently I've heard from many people, friends of many of these faggots who now spread around her shit because this fucking mongoloid was too stupid to comprehend that maybe he's being called gay because he's being fucking gay, and you've been embarrassing yourself around the internet for a fucking while.
Can I ask you this? Bally, let me interrupt you for a second. Let me ask you this. I gotta get you on track here. First of all, how long have you secretly hated MERSH for being gay?
No. I didn't hate the guy. I never gave two shits about the guy. And if you ever talk with kitties, ask her when was the time when I've told her not to trust these faggots and pay attention when they're talking about how much of a piece of fucking shit.
But you worked with them for so long. You've made so many pieces of art for them.
Fucking make a portrait of Hitler if he paid me.
Well, I think you would enjoy making a portrait of Hitler. I gotta be honest. It feels kind of. You would be like, oh my God, please. Yes, I would love. Would you like a new logo? The swastika is kind of out now. If you're back.
To be fair, my ego would actually probably push me towards, okay, I can make a new swastika. That's kind of cool.
I've been trying for years to make a cooler swastika. It's really hard to do. Swastika is one of the cool, and I'm not,
I have a couple ideas.
Love Jewish people. Oh my God.
I need a new logo apparently, because fucking this level, that's happening right now with me that you all seeing. That's been kind of something that just been happening lately.
Can I ask you kind of an egotistical question, if I'm being fully honest here? Did you ever watch any Podawful coverage of MERSH?
Of MERSH, not really, but that fucking Royce tape.
Oh, you watched the Royce phone call?
Dude, I've never been more uncomfortable about working with these two fucking faggots in my life. Oh my God, you like Star Trek? I like Star Trek. I never heard about women who like Star Trek. Do you want a Star Trek? And I'm a simp. And I'm a fucking simp. And these dummies actually...
You're a former butt huffer. You do admit that you were part of the MERSH effect. You do admit that.
I need to Google what exactly that is.
The MERSH effect is simply the people who are loyal to MERSH because of his weird pyramid scheme-like loyalty program where he promotes you, and so you continue, despite seeing evidence to him being the biggest lol cow of all time, you continue to promote him back because you feel thankful for his promotion.
I've been working with them around 3 years. I've been fucking very careful around them for 2 years. So I've been working with them, but that's about it. I had fucking many friends in the community.
The only reason you didn't comment
there are fucking kind of cool sometimes. Not lately, because fuck them, all of them who fucking now eulogizing me for some reason, as if I fucking died and my DMs weren't open.
Yeah, so this is how crazy the MERSH effect is. Mr. Ballysong shared with me some information that he got from somebody where there are people in the ROTC. There are people in the ROTC community who are, as much as you are friends with people online, consider themselves friends with Mr. Ballysong. And now that MERSH says Mr. Ballysong is bad for calling him gay, he is persona non grata. They act as though he is dead. You might as well have buried him in dirt, which might have happened before. I honestly can't tell. But Mr. Ballysong, let me ask you this. The only you're saying the only reason that you didn't respond to them for all that time is you were just doing other work. You would have gladly still done
Yes,
stuff.
I was doing a lot of work. Like, I was actually known around the community as the fucking drunken, kind of crazy fucking grunting Polak that fucking sleeps every fucking 3 or 4 days because how much fucking stuff he usually is working on. And with Rob, like, do this kind of ambitious with his projects and on like the fart and the other fart as they should be known around the fucking internet. So I was really
By the
busy,
way,
and I'm
A
sorry,
plus
I didn't
on your
respond.
book report. A plus on this book report. I gotta say, we're all sitting here. We're not going to correct any of your hammer mocks. We like what's happening right now. I love Mr. Valley. So I've only spoken to him very briefly before this, but I love this. This is great.
Fuck.
Mr. Ballysong is a friend of Podawful. So, okay. So when you commented the stuff about him being gay for the stylist thing, it was literally just ball busting.
Yes and no, because it kind of was me just like, wait, what?
Right, of course.
And nothing. Just his fucking even fatter sister, like, congratulations on the progress. What progress? Of eating fucking donuts? What the fuck? She's pregnant big now. And he's talking about himself like he's fucking Brendan Schaub. And I remember even when Brendan Schaub was doing that shit, it was fucking embarrassing. So him going about a fucking stylist in the same post, he mentions fucking Jim. I thought I would, dude, do you know how fucking pathetic it is to get a fucking, this fucking crazy over how fucking gay that was? And I admit it was after a couple of drinks, let's just say. So I was kind of like probably more surprised by that one than I usually would be, because like, again, him being gay, like, holy shit.
I fully understand it though. You must have sat there and seen him do gay thing after gay thing, and it just broke you at that point.
Dude, I cannot oh shit. Can we for a moment mention the baked Alaska thing?
Of course. Please go at length about it. I don't care.
If that fucking guy is a fucking informant for fucking secret society of lizard, I still have to fucking congratulate him on his most recent work, because wow, him wearing the fucking Cobra Kai t-shirt and just fucking, after all this fucking tough fucking talk around the internet, just fucking rubbing his belly and wobbling off fucking, and then going to fucking me to make like 20 fucking photoshops of him with muscles and models and all that shit.
Oh, okay. So we gotta talk about this. I almost forgot about this.
I didn't.
Okay. So after MERSH got punked by Baked Alaska, he was nervous. You could tell he was kind of like, he knew this was going to be bad for him. People are going to be mocking him like crazy. Immediately after, and he came to you, his friend Mr. Ballysong, and he asked a favor of you. What was that favor?
That favor was to make him look cool. Make me look cool. Please, buddy. Cool. And you would be fucking surprised how often all these great ideas that, even though we're part of the fucking ROTC fucking nonsense, were still kind of good. That was mostly me, because fucking these faggots usually describe their ideas as kind of sort of maybe about this thing. Make me look cool is most often the fucking description of these.
Oh my god, that is wildly embarrassing. Let me throw you down here for a second, because I want to show this screenshot you sent me. This is from MERSH, and this is immediately after the Baked Alaska fight. And this is what he asked of you. He said, "Hey man, do you mind helping me out with something for Monday's Nightwave? I want to make fun of the Baked Alaska situation and the fact that everyone is calling me fat," which means that's bothering him. "I don't want to give away the bit, but I was hoping you could help me. I need like 7 to 9 photoshops of me in various situations that are insanely exaggerated examples of alpha male stereotypes. So basically, Photoshop my face onto some pictures like one of a really ripped dude working it. Which, by the way, this is a trick trans people do to Photoshop artists when they want to try. They'll be like, yeah, I'm trying to make fun of my friend, so Photoshop my face onto like a sexy, big-breasted woman's body. And it's really them just trying to test the waters.
Yeah, because I've been around the internet for a week, so I never fucking.
The chat room is freaking out over this. By the way, like one of a really,
I haven't even started.
Like one of a really ripped dude working out. Another where it's one of those rich dudes on a yacht with a bunch of models in Dubai. Another one where I'm photoshopped onto Trump on the cover of his book, The Art of the Deal. Now, this is where it got funny. You were telling me about this before you sent me the screenshot. And you were like, yeah, he was like wanting me to Photoshop him onto like a ripped dude. And he wanted me to Photoshop Ariana Grande, like giving him head. And I laughed at that. I was like, why Ariana Grande? She looks like a child, by the way. Kind of a weird one to pick. Yeah,
there's a lot of those in the community lately I've seen. Well, hey, AP, you Gargamel looking piece of shit. I haven't forgot about you and I get to you.
Okay, so this is what's so funny about that is I'm laughing over him wanting Ariana Grande to suck his dick. It turns out Mr. Ballysong accidentally made a mistake when he told me that. Here's what Mersh actually said. Another Photoshop where it looks like I'm going down on Ariana Grande, but TOS compliant.
He's a gentleman.
So who's the simp here? Who's wanting to huff butt fumes? Mersh wants to bury his face in the childlike body of Ariana Grande's natural illustrations. It's one of the most vile images I could ever conjure in my head. And of course, Mr. Ballysong, feeling the same way, he was like, you know what? That one's too far. I'll do the rest. That one's too far.
Any fucking sexual fucking whatever they fucking might have ever requested of me. So even fucking, okay, how's that funny?
So
you're just gonna jerk off to it, you fucking degenerate.
Instead,
I'm not doing that.
Instead, Mr. Ballysong just photoshopped Ariana Grande kind of like down at his waist, but not doing anything. It's like, I'm not photoshopping you eating her.
I still felt dirty about that one.
Imagine that graveyard munching on your mound. Ugh. And then he says, and another one where I look like I was fighting in Iraq or Afghanistan, and another where I'm winning the WWF championship from the Raw.
Make me look
cool. Oh, God, I just want to shoot myself in the head every time he brings up wrestling. Do you like wrestling?
I don't know shit about wrestling.
Thank God.
I've seen Hulk Hogan in some movies, I think.
He wanted to win the WWF. By the way, the WWF championship. It's not the WWF.
Fact about faggot merch. Shush. At some point, because he often goes on this fucking in the middle of a fucking night, drunk fucking ideas after probably couple of whatever the fuck he's swallowing or snorting or whatever. Just like, maybe we could do like a cartoon about like wrestlers, but it's like an 80s sitcom. I'm like, sure.
Wait, about wrestlers?
Yes.
Oh,
but it was brought up once. As many other stuff.
Oh, Christ. Okay. Well, that's horrifying. And then so he wanted to win the WWF championship from The Rock, which like The Rock, WWF, it's not WWF anymore. So this is Mersh living out his childhood fantasies so that he can feel better about losing to Baked Alaska. Now, was that like a big moment for you to go, oh, Mersh stinks, he sucks?
I was actually at the moment of making, because I did make those, and I hope you have them somewhere ready.
Oh yeah, the images themselves.
Yes, I didn't know about that. Like, okay, because I genuinely, for the most of the shit, I didn't give a shit. Like, I couldn't even handle this fucking moron talking about the fucking cooking with Jack, because he can't even make Jack look bad. He's so fucking dumb.
Well, he does. So Jack is basically him in like a year.
Well, yes, but he knows how to cook, unlike this fucking mongoloid.
So here's Mersh on a ripped dude with Ariana Grande at his crotch. Not what Mersh wanted. He wanted the other way around. He wanted to go down on a lady for once. It's never happened.
I did corrected that one though. I showed you the correction, I think.
Yeah, I don't know if I can show that, so we're gonna leave that off. You have done some updated versions of
No. I'm not talking about. I'm talking about this specific Photoshop that I've changed a bit.
Yeah. I'm trying to find it. That we have so many messages. There's so fucking many embarrassing things here.
You're gonna have a fucking year of content because I don't think at this point I can
shut up
about this faggot.
That actually reminds me, I want to say this. Let me be very clear about something. We have way too much to cover in tonight's show. We will be doing a pod after show tonight, which, by the way, you're more than welcome to join, Mr. Ballysong.
Fuck all to do and fuck else to go. So
well, you're more than welcome to join it. We're going to be in our Discord. We're going to have a hangout, and we're going to go over all the stuff we don't have time for in the main show, in the pizza fund, Podawful.pizza, $6 level and up. It's free for Mr. Bally's.
I've been working fucking for ROTC. I don't have that much.
Well, it's free for Mr. Ballysong, but for the rest of you freeloaders, it is $6 to join. You get immediate access to all of our pod after shows, our old Friday shows, our archive of shows, and all that kind of stuff. So join at Podawful.pizza. We'll go live in there right after the show tonight. Okay, here's the Pizza Fund video.
Support the show. Join the Pizza Fund. Podawful.pizza.
Pizza.
Podawful.pizza.
P-I-C-C-A.
Podawful.pizza. I'll see you there. So here is Mr. Ballysong's updated version of that image. I did find that. And it says, Jesus wept, John 11:35. And then down there is, of course, Royce, which makes more sense. I think it'd be the other way around, to be honest, in the relationship. But there you go.
But it was after all Mersh's fantasy, so I gave him that.
Okay, that makes sense. You actually gave me a lot of little alternative photoshops.
Because just in case you didn't know that, Mersh, like, not a lot of people really like you. Even in your own community, I don't see a lot of positive things.
There are a shocking number of Mersh fans that hate Mersh, that are there to make fun of him. By the way, Evil Ian is one of his moderators. I haven't even looked. I haven't seen him in the chat room tonight. I guarantee you, Evil Ian's in the chat tonight laughing at Mersh just like everybody else. One day, Mersh, Evil Ian will defect on you just like Ballysong, and he'll be deleting all of your viewers for me, just like everybody else. They're all going to go bye-bye. You may want to remove that wrench from him. Here's Mersh being surrounded by Trenton Wades wanting to fuck him. He's being blacked.
That was, I think, direct request by Trenton Wade. So,
is that are you serious?
Yes, like I don't have any problems with Trenton, and I think he's one of those like kind of sort of like me when he, for the most of the thing, doesn't give a flying shit about any of it, and he just for couple laughs or like fucking during a workout or whatever the fuck he's doing with.
Oh my god!
This fucking Herculean.
All right, let's do this while I've got you down here on this screen. Let's talk about Mersh's brand new style for a second. Now, you know this. I want to become Mersh's stylist. Mr. Ballysong has actually decided to help my dreams come true. And
some of mine.
He has turned his art. Now, we were going to put it together. I think at some point, I might get somebody. If you know how to like put very simple game, like old Flash style games. I know Flash isn't a thing anymore. It's something you'd see on Newgrounds together. You'll see what I mean in a second. Let me know, because I'd love to put something together like this. I was going to do a video, but we ran out of time. There's so much going on. But Mr. Ballysong used his amazing art skills, and I have always loved your cartooning and all that stuff. You know, I draw myself.
Yeah,
so.
because I'm fucking awesome, and these faggots fucked it up to be fucking me.
You're right. You're right. No, it's okay.
Effort.
It's okay.
Too much effort.
So he used his cartooning skills to turn me into a stylist for MERSH. So here you go. Here's me as a stylist, and as you can see, I'm gay. And that's perfect. That's going to be great for the thumbnail for tonight's show. There I am. I'm deciding, okay, which one of these outfits for MERSH? And here is our MERSH dress-up paper doll. Okay, you ready for this? And this is, I want to be clear, this is TOS compliant. You can't see the triangle. So there you go. There is MERSH, the paper doll, dress up time. Let's style MERSH together.
Bada bing, bada boom, baby.
Whee! Okay. So here I am, and I'm thinking, okay, what would be a good outfit for my little pet MERSH? And now, obviously, my first thought is that time, as you mentioned, that time he was with Baked Alaska. So let's pull out the outfit for MERSH to fight Baked Alaska, maybe round 2. I don't know if you saw his tweet, Mr. Ballysong, where he said if he catches Baked Alaska out on the streets again, it's going down this time. He's since deleted that one.
You're gonna come down on him probably in apology, you fucking fruitcake.
So here's the No Mercy shirt, and I like that you gave him a chain wallet here. That doesn't, I'm not sure that's accurate, but it feels right, which is the most important thing to me. So yeah, MERSH with a chain wallet, and that's actually he cheats when he fights.
Well, she is fucking Tony Soprano after all, so I'm sure fucking.
Well,
there's at least.
Speaking of Tony Soprano, if you would like to dress up MERSH as his hero, HBO's own, you know, it's like that time on The Sopranos when you can actually dress him up as Tony Soprano. Look at that. He looks good. Wow.
I'm sorry, Jesse, for only making as much as I've made, but I'm probably not gonna be sleeping for at least like 2 or 3
That's
days.
okay.
So I'm gonna continue my work on this, and I'm gonna be taking requests.
And I want to be clear.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So message Mr. Ballysong and say which outfits MERSH should get. Everybody's going to say the manslave one. We know. Mr. Ballysong, no, we don't have the manslave one yet, but he knows that one. Okay. But message him your request.
To go too obvious for these faggots to like dismiss me like, oh my god, old jokes. Like, here's a new one, you pretentious fuck. Stop dressing as the cool guys you see on TV. How about find your own style? Start being comfortable with yourself. Oh yeah, you're a degenerate piece of shit, so it might be a bit hard for you.
That's right. Now, I think MERSH looks pretty good as Tony Soprano there, but I'd say my favorite one out of the ones we've got so far has to be MERSH the gay vampire, okay? And I want to be clear. I do want to be clear about something here. I don't know exactly, and we're not going to say it, I don't know exactly what that is in the gay vampire's mouth. I assume it's a prawn or something like that.
It's a hot dog, let's just say.
It's a Vienna sausage or something, but there's MERSH as the gay vampire, and that one looks really good too. And these will be NFTs. You guys can go collect them all. Mr. Ballysong's going to make a fucking fortune off of these NFTs for sure. And
I barely know what the fuck that is, but sure.
Now, I want to be clear about something. I said, hey, I'll pay you for this. And Mr. Ballysong said, I want to do this. He was insistent upon it.
I'm gonna go drug dealer route on this one. Like, first one is for free because this is now personal.
Now
it wasn't then, it is now.
I saw you sent me some. I'm going to avoid showing the ones you sent me here, actually, just in case. I'm going to avoid these other ones.
How about just a quick flash?
No. I tell you what, it'll be. You'll see him when the paper doll game is done. You guys will see what I'm talking about here, and you're gonna love it. And there's one more.
I'm just gonna say, like, mommy says hi from hell on one.
Now,
That's
Mr. Ballysong, MERSH said many, many times, though, that he's made you so much money that you owe him everything. He actually said that about me one time, too. Do you have any could you even ballpark for a second how much money you think you've made off of ROTC over the past 3 years? Just ballpark.
I would, well, as with many other artists, I'm great at math, so like all I can say is not that much, because I was usually paid as many times as we're gonna pay you, Bali.
So it was an IOU situation.
Everything outside of that was pretty much a request I did for just shits and giggle, because they were being played in the background fucking either way, so fuck it, why not?
I want to remedy that a little bit, okay? Now, you sent me some art that is an unproduced t-shirt idea for, was it for Nightwave or ROTC, this one?
I mean, the one I've sent you was just fucking like Frozen Asians request.
Okay, this was something they considered. They considered making this a t-shirt. Yeah. They considered making this a t-shirt, and it says, "I didn't choose autism," and it's a great puzzle font. Did you draw that puzzle font, by the way?
I think it was an actual font.
Oh, it's a great font. It works perfect. And it's MERSH in a cardboard Thomas the Tank Engine costume. And it's a great piece of art. Again, I do love your work.
But his ego was too fucking fragile even for this one.
MERSH hated this design, and he didn't want to have it made. So Mr. Ballysong, in his infinite wisdom and kindness, has agreed that Podawful can produce this t-shirt. Now,
many more.
I want to be clear about something. Yes. Mr. Ballysong was not paid for this design. This was never approved to be an ROT design, and it wasn't MERSH or Royce that even asked for this design. Again, MERSH hated it. So he will hate it even more when it's on the Podawful store. Go to podawful.shop. And you will find it on our t-shirt store very soon. I just submitted the design right before the show. I don't think it's up yet, but it will be on our store very soon. Podawful.shop. The I didn't choose autism MERSH shirt by Ballysong, which I will be paying Ballysong for the art.
Holy shit.
I know.
I almost forgot how that feels.
It's crazy. Yeah. I usually make my own art for my shirts, but a few times I've had other people make it. And you know, I do this crazy thing, Bally. I pay them for the art.
Yeah, that's actually something I've heard about you for the longest time from one of my friends, who's one of the many friends who fucking actually, like, even when I don't give a shit, so many people from that fucking community just sent me like, hey, have you seen /MERSH, or have you seen the newest Podawful, or like, and I try to not give a shit. Boy, did I walk up with a fucking egg on my face on that one. But I'm paying attention now.
A lot of people are saying Jesse truly is the greatest guy in the chat room. I appreciate that, but no, Mr. Ballysong tonight is truly the greatest guy. He's given us so many things here, and he's made my dream come true, because not only am I now MERSH's stylist, I'm your stylist as soon as you buy the Autism MERSH t-shirt by Ballysong. I might actually, you know what? I wonder if I can update the art. I might need to update the art and put on it by Ballysong and make it look like the Gavin Shea logo or something. Something real fancy that MERSH would like to wear. I don't know. All right, so let's do this. Let's do this. Let's get back on track here, and I want to go back to the video here for a second. Let's talk about this. I'm going to skip ahead. MERSH starts.
I'm ready.
Okay, MERSH starts telling a story here, and I'm just going to go to a random part. I don't know. We're going to be in the middle of the story here, probably. MERSH starts telling a story about a girl from his community named Show Me Kitties. And Show Me this is somehow supposed to get back at Ballysong for saying MERSH is gay. And instead, the whole show just becomes about her. To the point, by the way, where there's a follow-up show where it got so bad that MERSH sent people after she. Now listen, she's apparently a former cam girl or something. I don't know. Don't fuck with her. The point is,
point is he went after her specifically because fucking for the longest time she mostly hang around with me because she caught on to you fucking degenerates even fucking before me.
Now, MERSH claimed that you guys were dating and that she cheated on you with MERSH. Is that true?
Oh, that's also very sweet, but also very inaccurate, specifically to the simple fact that anything that happened between me and her happened right after that fucking Vegas thing, and all the fucking simpy rage I was holding in, I was kind of like let loose right around the fucking 2 years ago. So it wasn't like when you found out, I knew from the start.
Okay, so MERSH is telling a story here where this is back when he went to Vegas with Royce. Was this the one where like Ethan Ralph was there and stuff? I don't remember.
I don't think that was it.
Okay. At one of the times they went to Vegas, MERSH met up with this girl, Show Me Kitties. And, well, let's just see what he says here.
You're in a good place, and yeah, I hope you're well, too. You know, sorry about how shit played out. But as Ray says, it's just the fucking way she goes sometimes. We agreed to disagree. And then this is where I fucked it up. This was when, see, as Mike Birbiglia says, what I should have said was nothing. What I did say, and what caused a fight again with this broad.
He calls her crazy.
Said, hey, same thing I reiterated the last time we spoke. Don't worry about it. It's water under the bridge. And also, nothing happened. I stopped it. And I stopped anything from happening.
So MERSH's story here, which is incredible, and again, this is going to somehow prove he's not gay, is that he was in the heat of the moment with a hot chick. All right, Show Me Kitties, hot lady, according to MERSH, and he is getting down to business with her. And this is going to fuck Mr. Bally song up so bad. He's getting him so good. And what he decided?
Apparently time traveled to fuck me over fucking before
Yeah, he time traveled to do it. What MERSH decided is, you know what though? And by the way, he spends this whole episode talking about how big of a scumbag he is, how he's a degenerate, how he had a girlfriend at the time and was cheating on her.
Sure
this mystery girlfriend none of us have ever heard of, nobody knows about, including the people involved here. Nobody knows, but he was cheating on his girlfriend. He's such a scumbag that he's in the middle of getting it on. He's right there in the goal zone, the end goal, and he's like, the end zone, and then he's like, I sound like MERSH doing a sports metaphor. He's there, it's the bottom of the seventh, the bases are unloaded, and MERSH decides to be chivalrous. He says, you know what? No, I do not need sex today. It's only been 3 years since the last time I had sex, and I had to pay for that. I will not have sex with you because you are crazy. That is MERSH's story. And this is him talking to Show Me Kitties after the fact.
And this is starting to look like Sam's fucking hot car lot out there. So I go, don't worry about it. I've never told anybody.
Yeah,
anything.
It's weird how he always has to read it fucking in this level of voice for everyone around him to make fucking look like crazy people.
I've never said anything, which I didn't, by the way. You can ask, because Royce was like, she even reached out to Royce at one point, and she's like, whatever MERSH is telling you about me, and Royce is like, he doesn't talk about you. Like, I hate to shatter.
Okay, so there you go. So the well is poisoned. She's a crazy person. MERSH is a good guy despite being a bad guy. And he was definitely going to have sex. And somehow it is cool that he didn't. Yeah. I'm not sure how that part works, but it's very cool that he did not have sex.
That's the hottest thing I've ever heard. That proves completely 100%. I was wrong about this, man.
What, is it possible that the reason he didn't score was because of his style that night? Now, here's the thing, though. I could keep playing this, and in fact, my original plan was to keep playing this. But why do that when we've got the girl in question right here? So in just a minute, when the stream delay catches up, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show the crazy woman who has all of the screenshots and all of the messages involved in this. Show me kitties. Now she's got to join herself. We're waiting for her to join. Which, by the way, again, Mersh has done a whole second episode over because Show Me Kitties did send Mersh a cease and desist after he and or his audience began disseminating not only her legal public or not public legal name, but also her old cam girl content, which has been taken down otherwise. Ladies and gentlemen, here she is. Show Me Kitties, and this is really her. And I'm sorry to have Mersh up on screen when you join, kitties. I know this must be a painful process to you to see this visage again, because there was a time where it was right here over top of you, drooling on you like the alien. And by the way, does he have a second mouth that comes out and it drips acid?
Not that I saw.
Okay. Well, let me get him off screen here because we don't want anybody too scared while we talk about this. And let's just get a little bit of how you doing, how I get to know you here with you. Now, kitties, you've been painted to be a pretty terrible person and a crazy lunatic and all this kind of stuff. And to be honest, I tend to, probably like most of Mersh's audience, I tread toward believing that women are insane pieces of shit. And your tattoos and your snake bite piercings don't do anything to help my thoughts on this. But
that's true.
However, I will say this. I am shocked, and I hope you don't take this the wrong way. This is a compliment. I am shocked that you're not over 200 pounds. And I am shocked that you don't have any extreme deformities or anything like that.
You're thinking of Trollita.
You seem to look like your profile pictures and all that kind of stuff. So for Mersh, this should have been quite the score. And yet he turned you down. Are you still crying over this to this day?
It's really difficult that you bring it up. Just like a week ago, I stopped crying about it, and now I kind of feel like I want to cry about it right now because, his apartment, he's got so much going for him. I could have really used that in my life.
And that mustache.
Does this do anything to trigger you?
I took a nice dicking yesterday.
Oh, Royce visited. Good for you.
All right. Now let me be I'm going to be very real with you about this. We're going to really talk this through. We're going to tell the truth on all of this. And we got to start with, because everybody in the chat room is already like, well, I don't believe Mersh now. Fuck this. The second you popped up on screen, they're like, he's lying. So I believe Mersh to some degree. I'm going to be honest. And I have seen the DMs between you and Mersh, and I know to some degree he was telling the truth. There comes a point where things get a little muddy, let's say, where there's a disagreement over what happened. And Mersh kind of addresses this in his show. We'll talk about that as well. But let me just ask you flat out so that people know where we're going with all of this. Did anything happen at all between you and Mersh?
Yes, we made out.
And
my bra did come off.
I think now is a perfect time to come out and say that I am a gay man.
Oh, God. Wait, you took your bra off? What the fuck?
I did.
What?
You degenerate. You fucking degenerate.
Oh.
How
what happened?
Oh, my God. Were you... did you have part of your brain removed that evening, or?
Who knows?
It was only 3 liters of vodka, so it was fine.
Okay, so maybe this was you live in Vegas, is that right?
I did. Yeah, I was raised there.
Yeah, okay, you were raised in Vegas, and so you were in Vegas. So they're in Vegas. I'm assuming a little partying was happening. When you went over to, was this at Mersh's hotel room or Airbnb or something? What was it?
It was actually an apartment, a shitty apartment complex that was sold off as a hotel.
Shocking.
So it was really just a hotel.
Okay, so and
like a apartment.
Listen,
hotel
this is.
thing.
I just have a feeling here. I'm just going to throw out something wild here for a second. When you made out with him, was it on a bed or was it on a couch?
A couch.
He
loves his couches.
He loves his couches.
Loves the couch.
He loves a couch. Now, okay.
Yep.
So when you went in with him, were you intending for anything to happen or like, sorry, not when you went in with him, but when you first met up with him, was your intent like, I gotta get in those cargo shorts, man. I gotta see what's under that blazer.
I had a feeling that we would probably like mess around a little bit.
Okay. You had a feeling. I like how a girl will be like, I don't know, maybe. Now, what attracted you to MERSH? Was it that you had no idea he was over 250 pounds?
I think I just have really bad judgment.
Okay.
In guys, I think I
And
really
maybe in
can't defend
general.
myself.
Oh,
no, there's no excuse. I think I just had a bad moment. I don't fucking know. I have no excuse.
Dare you? How
Okay.
dare you? This piece of hunk meat, this fucking, well, Adonis is the other one. This fucking magnificent fucking example of fucking manliness. How could you not? You should have, like, I'm seriously, like, he's just perfect. Like,
When were you at all, kiddies? Were you all at all surprised when you met up with him and saw how fat he was? Because I know a lot of people had no clue he was fat until last year.
Yeah, I was surprised at how fat he was and how short he was.
Oh.
I didn't think he was that short. I'm
Okay.
sorry. You did this, MERSH. I didn't do this.
you almost fucked a
You
gremlin.
did
You
this.
should be
I just want to
ashamed of
say
yourself.
that. For the record, I am speaking out of response. I didn't come out with this shit.
Oh, I didn't make her say that. I did not. We didn't talk about this ahead of time. Okay,
No,
how tall
but
how tall of a lady are you, kiddies?
I'm 5'3", maybe.
You're pretty short. How tall was MERSH, would you say?
I had heels on. I would say 5'6", maybe.
Here's the thing. I've met MERSH in real life too, by the way. You are 100% right. How many times have I said MERSH is 5'6"? That's the number I always give.
It's a good number.
That's the number I always give. And I say this too. I think he was wearing heels when I met him. So he might have been even shorter. Did you check to see if he was wearing heels?
I didn't get that far.
When I met Mike David, he was wearing heels. When I met MERSH, I don't think so. 5'6", both of them though. Crazy short. That is insane. And so you were wearing. How big were the heels you were wearing?
Probably like 2 inches because I had like boots on, like winter boots.
Oh my God. So you were basically his height.
Almost.
Yeah, okay.
Pretty
All right.
close.
Andy Worski in the chat room, Subcultured Media. Subscribe to him on YouTube, by the way. He says he met him too. He thinks he's 5'5". Andy thinks 5'5". So, listen, shoes off, probably 5'5".
Wait, Andy Worski?
Oh, yeah, Andy Worski. My good friend.
Can you, just a small request, can you fucking take AG Luck back? For fuck's sake, like,
AG Luck. Andy's not a fan of AG Luck either. But
yeah, no one is. No one ever. I never heard a single fucking good word about him outside of, no, he didn't try that one with me.
What are we going to do with these boys? All right, so, kiddies, listen, you obviously did the grossest thing that any human being has ever done. Outside of MERSH's ex-wife, of course. And can I just bring this up? You were making out with him, and I hope you don't mind me saying, I'm really not fucking with you. Like, I am on your side with this. So I hope you don't mind me saying this. I do notice that you have adult braces on your teeth. How long have you had those?
I had them when I met up. I'm getting them removed like in a week and a half.
Congratulations. So you had those when you were making out with MERSH?
Yes.
So every time he says something about maybe I should get braces, and then he says something weirdly sexual about me, should I be concerned?
Probably.
He often says very oddly sexual things. But he one time said that he would rather have sex with me than Blair White.
Why?
Okay. I like that your response to that is just nodding. Okay, so maybe he's got a thing for something to do with that. I don't know. But at least we know that means your parents loved you, kiddies.
I did.
Well, actually, you got him as an
good
adult.
people.
Wait, hang on. You got him as an adult. That means you love you, I think.
Yes.
All right. Anyway, imagine, this is, by the way, this is what MERSH recommends I do is get braces. Imagine me if I was sitting here with braces on like this. You could never listen to me. So, no offense to you, kiddies. You're not a guy on the internet talking into a microphone. You're a girl. So, anyway.
I am.
You are. And MERSH does not actually technically know that for sure. Technically speaking, he never got to find out 100% on that, right? Because there was no penetration.
Oh, he did.
He gave you the. Did he? He didn't give you the
videos online.
He didn't give you the claw.
In person, no. There could be some cinema wizardry that I figured out with camming. Yes. So it's not.
He didn't. He didn't give you the claw, did he?
No, I didn't get the claw.
You did? Did you see that weird fucking hand and his poop finger and his withered fingers? Were you at all worried about that? Okay. At what point in the meetup with him were you like? You had been thinking like, oh my God, it's the internet's MERSH. Oh, I'm going to, let's see what happens. I know, listen, I know. Just bear with me on this. It's the internet's MERSH. Let's see we're going to see what happens tonight. And then at what point did things go south? At what point did you go, oh, I'm not letting that triangle
Oh, I like that part.
Well, that was probably when things started happening.
Oh, so it took until the moment of.
Yeah, like I knew I wasn't going to sleep with him. Like I wasn't going to go all the way. I just met this guy, despite popular belief. But I just, I was like, I'm going to fool around with him. And
you are, I mean, in fairness, you are a single mother, right? So
yes, that's another. Hey, it's very easy to paint a bad picture of me.
It's a target. It is a target on your back. Hard. It's not. Obviously, mistakes have been made. But listen, I believe you when you say that, and you'll see why. All right, we're gonna give you everything here. You're going to see why I believe her when she says she wasn't going to sleep with him. MERSH is not going to buy this. MERSH is going to have a freak out about this, but I believe her. I do wonder, however, if maybe slightly earlier in the night might have been when you had changed your mind on these things. If maybe it was when you saw his style, if maybe you weren't impressed by his blazer, and if maybe when you watched him eat, it turned you off because there was.
I didn't see him eat.
You didn't see him
until the end. No, I saw him eat at the end. I saw him eat at In-N-Out.
Oh, okay.
That was the first time I saw him eat.
Oh, but that was after you guys had already had your moment?
Yes.
Okay, that might explain. that is actually way worse, because that might explain why these photos, which by the way have never before been seen.
Oh shit, that was the look you described me.
That's why these photos were probably taken, because these photos look like the photos you take of a guy that you are laughing at behind his back. There's no other way to put it. These aren't good, ladies and gentlemen. These are Show Me Kitty's MERSH photos, and they're at In-N-Out together, and
this is his I just kissed a lady face. This is him just straight up confused what happened.
So they're at In-N-Out.
This guy tells me I had no reason to call him gay. Okay.
They're at In-N-Out, and by the way, is that a Good Boys poster behind MERSH? All right, anyway, they're at In-N-Out. He's got himself a soda pop there, or is it a milkshake? Do you remember if that was a milkshake?
It was a milkshake.
Yes, probably.
Okay. All right. Okay. Hang on. I might die. We might not ever get to the DMs. I might die from this. I can't. I'm going to be honest.
We need a fucking Netflix series to fucking outbug that guy.
I'm saving the DMs for last because I assume that's the big one for the audience. But for me, I have been dying to go over these photos the whole time. Like, this is my mecca. I'm in heaven right now. Okay. So actually, hang on, let me do this. Let me see. I didn't think ahead on this.
Can't wait to get them on Photoshop.
let me get it so we can get kitties in the corner here. Nobody puts kitty in the corner.
Shit, I wanted to say the same.
Sorry. Let's see there. Not that one. Let me get you guys and then put you right here. Sorry, I didn't plan ahead on this, guys. I'm usually a little bit more professional than MERSH with this, but not tonight. This is a bit of a, as you can see, this is a bit of a train wreck episode, but the beautiful kind of train wreck. Okay, so let's take a look here at
Told you it's gonna be awesome.
So MERSH says, all right, I need kitties. I need you to take me to dinner. You didn't fuck me. I need you to watch me eat. And you guys went out together, and this is incredible. He's got himself a milkshake. He's got himself fries. He's got himself a burger. And I don't think...
So why not a fucking meal, you fucking...
This is so stupid.
No, this is the greatest thing that's ever been done. See, when MERSH does a big expose, it's yeah, I fucked the girl. I could have fucked the girl and fucked this guy, and he's out of the family. When I do an expose, it's what did the man eat? So, and by the way, there's his BMW keys there. And then okay, so he just brought those with him to show off. So here he is eating, and I'm not kidding, the biggest pile of fucking French fries I've ever seen in my entire goddamn life.
They're cyberbullying me to death.
So MERSH said to kitties, hey, I want you to see how many of these I can eat. And he forced her to watch him put this away like he's one of those
well, that's the only way he can come.
It's like one of those food competition YouTube channels, you know, the eating channels. He's like doing a mukbang just for kitties. She's being forced to sit there and watch this as he shovels them into his melon. And he sucks. Look at him sucking these fries. And you can tell. I mean, look at these photos. Look at this fucking photo. Look at these fries. Kitties is taking goon snaps. She's sitting there going, oh my God, I cannot believe I straddled this man. I can't believe he's seen my nipples. That's crazy. This sucks. So what can I do? I know I'll take the most embarrassing photos of a guy that's ever existed. Well, Kitty, you don't have to do it. Listen, I know you're old. You're on camera again. You're going up to your old tricks there, but you don't have to stand up on camera. We don't need to see anything. So... I'm sorry.
Well, most of you fucking researchers of science already seen enough fucking... I've seen them screenshots. I know the names.
Enjoy them.
In the chat room, they say this is groundbreaking. Boneless French fries, a mukbang, good grief. Look at that. Look at that waist, James. You're married. What the? Are you? Oh, you mean MERSH? Okay. Anyway, so MERSH is now going for the burger. Okay, and you can see he's already had a few bites. He's got it hanging. He's got food hanging off of his mouth like a cartoon. Now, when he ate, listen, I've noticed, like I edit MERSH's videos all the time, like I did for the intro of this show, and I always notice, when I've got the headphones on, you can hear every mouth sound MERSH makes during his show. So what was it like to sit across from the Tasmanian Devil and hear him in person go? Could you hear the sounds?
It was almost impressive.
Really? Would you describe it as scarfing?
Like mauling.
Oh my God. Oh my God. And were you at all impressed? Were you at all impressed by the wrestling shirt blazer combo?
I tried not to look straight at it.
Well, MERSH can't look straight at it. So anyway, when you guys got back to the hang on, when you guys got back to the shitty apartment he was staying at, by the way, did you peel the blazer off of him, or did he do the business himself?
He probably did it himself. I don't really remember.
You didn't do any peeling?
No peeling.
Okay, because
no.
I know I've seen on Instagram you sell snakes, so I feel like you'd be used to something like that.
Like the shedding of skin?
Yeah, exactly.
I think MERSH probably does that like every 3 years.
That might explain the hair. And the mustache. So here we go.
My theory is also he probably fucks that cat. Like just a feeling.
Just
like,
throwing that out there. Just throwing it out there.
I like cats. You know that. You should know that about me by now.
All right, so
someone should.
Here's MERSH yummying down on the double-double. Was it a double-double or a triple-triple? Do you remember?
You know it was a double-double.
Okay. I thought it might be more. I thought he might have gone quads. All right, so he's packing away those French fries at the same time. Did you stand up to take this photo? It's suddenly a completely different angle. Did you did you go, hang on a second, I really gotta get this part. Look how fucking stupid you look.
I wanted to just kind of catch the moment of what was going on here. And I think that, I think I caught it.
This has never been done in the history of podcasting. Okay, so we go to the next picture. He's almost spitting it out. He accidentally put too much in his mouth. I know it looks like he could store this stuff away like a squirrel in the winter, but he doesn't have unlimited hammer space in his cheeks. He does eventually have to stop chewing, and now his eyes are crossing over to the French fries. He wants some of them fries again, so he's going to try to pack that bite away. You got him with it in his mouth! Why would you do this to a man? Holy shit! This
trying to catch a good picture.
So did you at any point after the letdown experience of a lifetime in MERSH's apartment, was there a part of you that said, okay, this is going to come back to snake bite me?
I didn't think that he would ever mention this. I thought this was like going in the vault.
Wow,
this would never ever surface because, like, even Bali said when I told him, he's like, he'll put a spin on this. I'm like, what spin could he put on it? Like, what do you mean? He's like, well, he'll change. He'll say something like it was different. I'm like, but it wasn't.
I said specifically that he will spin it into because I was already weirded out by that Ashton Beardy thing when he was talking about like Bates Alaska ex-girlfriend, and he was also too cool to fuck that broad. So I was already like, this is probably the bullshit he's gonna pull if ever you will step out of line or like fucking abandon him or whatever the fuck. Like, this fragile fucking piece of shit of an ego cannot handle people fucking just having their own lives that are not fucking surrounding his fucking bullshit. Like,
Kitties, people in the chat room are thanking you for your service, the sacrifices you made to make this content happen, and truly, I want to extend that myself. It's truly amazing, but I do find it hard to believe that you didn't see like MERSH being the backstabbing sort of sniveling guy he is.
I trusted him. I really absolutely trusted him.
Wow. And instead he claims he thought you were a crazy woman and disgusting and that he was too good for you.
Well, once we get to those DMs, MERSH will speak for himself.
Okay, that's true. And by the way,
he really thinks about me.
Would you agree with me that in this photo, MERSH looks like Earthworm Jim's sidekick, Snot?
I would say that's accurate.
Okay, he looks like a booger coming out of an earthworm's backpack. You're saying that's true?
I think that's true. I think it feels right.
Okay.
He looks like an overgrown nail. Something, I guess.
Oh, look at his claw.
Something unnatural.
Yuck. It's fun. And the people in the background, by the way, while he's eating, are completely disgusted. They're like discussing what's going on. They're like, look at this guy. He's making this girl fucking photograph him eat. she's being forced to do this. MERSH had her at gunpoint. So this is before he was carrying a piece. He's not pulling any enforcement shit in this In and Out. Okay, so here he is with
Kitty's probably on the other side of the fucking camera, was looking like fucking in Japanese movies whenever you take a picture of a ghost. Just
yeah, I'm surprised these developed. He's a gay vampire after all.
Well, yeah.
Man, look at that pile of French fries. That is insane that he ate all of those fries alone in front of you and you just sat there not eating anything the whole time. So he is chowing down, and this is the point where he's like, what am I doing with my life? I can tell you exactly what this face is. He is kicking himself that he didn't get into the end zone with you. He's thinking about it right here. You captured on film.
No. I think this is specifically where he started to form the idea how much of a fucking cool guy he is, about how he handled himself. He doesn't have enough self-awareness to even have that point of fucking maybe I could, maybe I did. Like, no. He already went into the storyline where he tells himself a story of how he was too cool to go further and too much of a gentleman. And also because he was in a relationship no one ever knew anything about, and it's probably just another fucking bullshit, because he needs to write stories about himself to fucking...
Porcelain is in the chat. He's quoting MERSH saying, "There's always a girl willing to fuck me." Okay, so you captured on film.
Scared not to.
You captured on film the moment a man died inside, which is really beautiful. This is haunting. They could put this in the Getty. And then I think this might be the final photo. Here's MERSH rethinking what he's done with his life, and then going, whatever. So there you go, everybody. The greatest photo montage of all time, I would say. And Kitties, do you mind? Could we together read the DMs?
Sure.
Okay, let's do it.
I'm gonna take a cold shower.
I will be playing the role of MERSH. And Kitties, I would like you to play the role of Kitties. Okay? And I think what we'll do here is, and I'm going to show these on screen so everybody can see. People should know the context of this. So you sent this conversation to him on July 27th. How long after the Vegas trip was this?
Oh, the Vegas trip was February of 2020. So like a year.
Okay. So like this is over a year later. So MERSH's mind has been completely like, he's rewritten this story in his head so many times. You haven't spoken to him even one time in between then and this message?
No, because I was a part of the community for a while. So I was still a part of the ROTC thing for, I don't know, 6 months.
Okay.
And then we didn't talk for and then I left the community for like a year.
Why did you leave?
And then I think I sent you all the screenshots to that. So
in the most condensed form. Why did you leave?
So they went after this girl named JD because a bunch of guys sent her dick pics and was trying to get in her pants virtually.
Oh, weird.
And,
they Nat Clode her?
Yeah, but she was, hanging out with everyone. She was dating a bunch of guys in the Discord, whatever. So then she came out, said she was sorry, and then everyone decided to go after her. And I was pretty pissed off about that. So that went on for a while. She was doxxed openly, and then this guy named Robbie.
Her husband was also doxxed, I think. Wasn't there a tweet out? Yeah.
So basically, it was a bit of a moral outrage, and you decided you didn't want to be a part of things anymore.
Yeah, I don't want to be a part of things, so then I kind of quietly moved away. I told Royce, look, no hard feelings. And this is the only time I'm going to mention Royce. I just said, I just don't want to do it anymore. I wish you well, message me sometimes to talk, and that's it. And then I just kind of moved on.
Okay.
And that's what happened.
And by the way, were you around in the Discord when that pedophile was grooming the children of fans and MERSH wouldn't do anything about it? That might have been after
what
your
was
time.
His name?
His real name was Fisher. His name on Discord was Biggest Buggus.
Oh no.
Okay, yeah, he was grooming children through MERSH's Discord. Jesus. Anyway, okay, that I think that was after you left. And by the way, I see in the chat room, there's a guy. Listen, you're welcome to tell Andy through our chat to drink bleach all you want. I don't mind, but just don't spam it. Like everyone, or say like a different thing each time. All right. Or Angie is going to probably keep modding you, so I don't mind. Listen, Andy probably does drink bleach. The guy is crazy. So you can see it on the next Kino Casino. All right, let's read these. This is the real Mike Scheel, and he sent you the first message? Okay.
Yeah, I sent him a friend request because I sent one to Royce and a bunch of other people, and then he responded pretty much immediately and then DM'd me.
So in your mind, everything is cool. It's just you had left because of completely different reasons.
Absolutely.
Okay, so MERSH says, kinda surprised to see a friend request from you. Come on, you have to pull it together. I'm going to do the voice.
Jesus.
Here we go.
Why is that? Are we not friends?
I mean, you stopped talking to me, and you didn't seem very pleased with me last time I talked to you. And to be honest, I was a little fucking hurt.
Wow. All right, this is already. This might be too embarrassing. You know what? I might take this back. Maybe we shouldn't do this. Do you want to do this?
Let's please. Just.
Okay.
It's like the ending of Shawshank Redemption.
All right, I'll do it.
I mean, I was a little fucking hurt because I bent over backwards to try to be a gentleman around.
Oh my God, he's an incel.
Try to be a gentleman around you because I don't want to be a scumbag and hurt your feelings. And I felt like it backfired and you ended up hating me. Regardless, it is nice to see you. I hope you are well.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea you felt this way. You were a gentleman and I don't hate you. I never hated you. I'm sorry that you felt this way. I always valued you as a person.
Oh, God. The last words you ever want to hear from a girl, especially one whose natural illustrations have been inside your graveyard, is I have always valued you as a person. Because what that means is...
Friend zoned so many times, I remember that speech word for word.
Now, I've never been friend zoned. I've always completely scored with every woman that I've ever been. And I'm a married man now, and I have a child. But I'll tell you this. I've never been friend zoned, but I know I've been friends with many women. And I know that when they say I always value you as a person, what it means is they don't value you as a man, a friend, and by the way, a person. They also don't value you as that. So cool. I've been pretty convinced that you hate my fucking guts, friend. Which one of you is am I reading the right part? Am I reading the girl or the guy? Holy shit.
It gets a bit confusing later.
I've been pretty convinced that you hate my fucking guts. Frankly, I wouldn't blame you if you did. I am not the best to deal with.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, that's my favorite part about you.
Okay, now
I don't hate you, I promise.
Now, I'm going to say this. That is a little flirtatious, what you're saying.
It's me being really nice because I'm dealing with a rabid dog. I know I am. And I know he has issues because he just brought up that shit. So I'm trying to basically feed his ego so he doesn't keep going into what happened because it's just stupid. Right. It's just childish. So that's me just like, hey, you're great. You're awesome.
And this is something is something Kitty's probably doesn't know about herself, and girls who are like this don't know about themselves. There's a type of girl, especially through text, by the way. It can be through, actually talking to them as well. But usually it's through text. And this is where guys like MERSH get fucked up real bad over women. Is there's a type of woman who just kind of sounds flirty when she talks. And it's the result, women are conditioned to try to be nice in order to not be bitten and clawed by terrifying men. A guy like MERSH, at any moment, he could strike and start gnawing on her flesh and try to go for the bone. She knows that. She's watched him eat his own fingernails and swallow them. So a woman like that is probably going to respond in a semi-flirty, what to you and I seems flirty. In her mind, it's not flirty. But in our mind, it's going to seem flirty just because she's being nice. Now, a guy who is never hearing nice things from women is going to take that even further. He's going to run with that ball. So right now, MERSH is primed and thinks he's in the end zone again. He thinks you're fucking this is a booty call in his mind. Okay? So proper context is needed here. MERSH has distorted reality in this entire exchange. What is? I didn't say, wait, am I reading the right thing? What? Oh, that's right. Okay, so just to be clear, Kitties, you said in this last thing that your favorite thing about him is that he's an asshole. He says he's not the easiest to deal with. You say that's one of your favorite things about him. So he's so stupid. He responds, what is? I didn't say anything about myself, LOL. Yes, he did, of course, because he always is talking about himself. Go ahead.
He started every sentence, everything with I. How are you not talking about yourself?
Well, most of the people he've dated are named me, myself, I.
Yeah.
Oh, it's your line.
Is it my line?
It's your line, yeah.
You not being easy to deal with, like you being a total asshole and not giving a shit, upside down smiley face.
Thank you for saying the emojis. I do prefer that, and this is another thing girls do, and they have no fucking clue. See, here's the thing. When she sends upside down smiley face emoji, I can read women. I know how their brains work. In her mind, she's like, "Aren't I silly?" She said, "This is like a way." This is a way of keeping you at a distance, but being friendly. Like, haha. Even Kitties doesn't know what that fucking emoji means. Like, I showed this to my wife, by the way, and she's like, I have no idea what that emoji means. And it's because my wife would never do something like that. She's, I talk to her. She's just straightforward with me. You can't be straightforward with MERSH. So an upside down emoji like that, in MERSH's mind, he's like, oh, she's getting saucy. And in Kitty's mind, she's like, yikes. So he says, oh, fair enough. Well, that's me being nice. You said it better. I'm an asshole. So how are you? How's the boy?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Sweating smiley face.
Sweating.
Getting nervous.
Yes, getting nervous. Sweating smiley face is not an emoji you want to see as a guy talking to a lady. And she's going to use it a lot. And then he says, maybe the strangest exchange I've ever seen. So he asks how your son is, which fine. That's kind of like a gay move to pull. It's like, well, here's what I know about your life. He doesn't actually care.
Yeah, vaguely remembers the gender. Good job, MERSH.
Yeah, he doesn't know the name. He doesn't care what the answer is. But then he follows it up with, and dad. Now, if you ask how a woman's dad is doing, you are never going to see vagina again. A woman, does she want to be thinking about her dad during sex? Yes. Does she want you to say it out loud? No. That's a secret thought inside her head. So, anyway, he says, and dad?
I'm doing good. The boy is alive and well. Kid is already getting banned on Roblox. Another sweaty smiley face. And then I said my dad because I thought he was referring to my son's dad.
Right, I thought the
because he
same.
said, how's the boy and dad? So I'm like, him?
Bizarre question to ask. So then he says, you told me... All right, let me go to the next one because that one's covered up. You told me when we gave you all the vodka and shit. So are you starting to see where the story, how this story went down? You told me when we gave you all the vodka and shit that you were gonna bring it to your dad. Am I wrong?
It's just a little side note. They gave me a few bottles, like 2 or 3 bottles and a bunch of beer.
Yeah.
And most of it was like a quarter gone. And I brought it home and me and my dad drank it.
And by the way, but hang on a second. Porcelain's pointing out in the chat room that this is worse than the Dick Masterson simp leaks. You're right. These are the butt huff leaks, and this is the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to any lol cow on the internet.
Better.
Oh, it gets better in that it's going to get a whole lot worse for MERSH. Now, I want to point something.
This isn't being nice. This is us being nice to each other. This is like the good part of the conversation.
I want to point something out here too. He's asking you this because he's actually negging you here. I don't know if you know this.
Yeah, no, I knew it. That's why I was being really fucking nice. Like super nice.
He's implying, of course, that you drank it all yourself and never gave it to your dad like you promised.
Yeah.
So go ahead and read your part.
He's doing great. They're moving out of Vegas soon. He did enjoy the liquor. Smiley face. How is everything with you? What's new? And this is my favorite part.
Okay. Hang on. This is my favorite. I love this part. I love this part too. This is so good. I'm going to save it for a second. How does it make, before I read this great part, Kitties, how does it make you feel that many of MERSH's butt huffers, and you haven't watched the episode about you, by the way, she says that, we know that MERSH always says that about Podawful and we don't believe him. I do believe Kitties when she says that. Because it's MERSH. How could you listen? It's like it's going to be the same thing, repeated stumbling over and over and over. Ding, 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 ding. So, how does it feel though, knowing that MERSH's biggest butt huffers are secretly, quietly watching this right now and having to compartmentalize in their head why they should stay a part of the MERSH effect after this embarrassing story?
Well, honestly, most of them don't even like him. Like, most of them don't like him. I'm still confused as why they're still around. I feel they'll just, like, jump on board and talk shit about me and talk shit about Bali because they're just degenerate people.
They have as fuck all to do in their personal life as I had when I was there. When I started getting busy, they started fucking inventing stories about me. So, they're probably just mostly for themselves and neither fucking... No one when was that last ever, like, something funny that happened on the show that was described to me or referenced? Most of this is just people talking shit about people, like... Aphrodite, girl, like, you're being fucking going around, like, I'm gonna, maybe some of them will send this post, this fucking
all right, and again, we give the deaf kids an A just by default, so he tried. Now,
I am Polish.
He's working on a deficit.
Kind of, sort of understand me, I hope.
Sort of. Almost. It feels like I understand you. I don't, but it feels like it. So, MERSH's top mods are all actual MERSH haters. Jim N-Word, Evil Ian, Executy.
They're just cowards.
All of these people, all his biggest wrenches. Zen Rhino, by the way. Zen Rhino hates MERSH. I'm gonna do
Zen Rhino is very hurt by
Mr. Bally Song. I actually know some things you don't. Okay, there will be two upcoming MERSH-related episodes. One of them a World War in our $20 section of the Pizza Fund. I'm trying to decide whether or not the other one should be, but it might be Zen Rhino related, and it's going to be an eye-opener. You know what? I might just do that one for free because I want MERSH to see it and then get mad. So this is how, and by the way, that's how I operate. It ain't about making money like with MERSH where it's just a naked fucking grift all the time. It's me going, what's going to make the funniest thing happen? So be on the lookout for that one, Bally Song. You're going to like that one. Okay, so let's read the greatest part of this that's ever existed. All right, here we go. Single now, surviving, got my own place, car, etc. Show is doing well. I started going to the gym about 2 months ago. I got a long way to go there, but I'm there like 4 to 5 days per week, getting in shape, going to the gun range, preparing for the apocalypse, shit like that. And then Kitties changes the theme and emoji of the Facebook chat
to the gay pride flag. Which, by the way, is exactly what Ballysong did, and somehow it wasn't an issue here. Ballysong calls him gay. Now, Kitties, you did that because of what he said, right?
Maybe.
Come on now, this is the tell-all. Let's do it. Be honest. Why did it turn to gay?
I did. I just think that any guy who you've had relations with in some way, shape, or form starts talking about working out, it's always bullshit.
Of course.
And I just put the flag on him.
Well, listen, he's going to be ripped by August. He promised us all this.
I can't wait.
You can't wait. This is This is pre last August, by the way. This is like is this July? You said it was July, right?
July.
So we're days away from August where he's going to be ripped to shreds. Last year. And yeah, I love how he's flexing on you that he now lives in his own place and has a car. You're 40! You should have been doing that 15 years ago! Oh my God. And actually, you know what? I thought a part of what he says was in this text that is not. This is not my favorite part. It actually gets better than this as well. This is Kitty's favorite part. This is not my favorite. Wait till you see this. So he says, "Nigga, don't make me gay."
Life made you gay, you fucking fruitcake.
Ha ha ha, that's awesome. Did you get a gun?
Okay.
And then I said, this pride shit makes me laugh.
Yes, so you tried to smooth over making him a gay guy in the chat, but obviously it was a lie. You're just saying it like, oh, it's just a coincidence I turned it to a gay flag.
I'm just trying to be nice, you know? It's who I am.
And then why did you ask him about the gun?
Just to make conversation to see if he was going to go back to what he said before. Because I was pretty sure I could feel it that he wanted to continue talking about Vegas. Okay. So I was just trying to change the subject. I tried to change the subject a few times.
All right.
She so didn't want to talk about Vegas, she immediately went to guns, like just fucking whatever.
And if a girl is talking about a guy hobby like that, you're in a bad place. She's trying to be one of the boys with you. That's no good. So I just want to be clear about something. This next message is the greatest message in here. All right. We're kind of blowing our load with this one. There's more embarrassing stuff. Don't worry. But this is the best part. And by the way, your phone was at 15% battery.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to see. I know.
No, it's 15% battery. That's kind of embarrassing, to be honest. Just charge it.
I know.
All right. Anyway, he says, I almost don't want to put this on screen. I don't want anybody to read ahead on this one. Hang on a second. I'm going to bring it over here. Okay. Nobody gets to see this until I've read all of it. This is real. I'm not adding anything. All right. He says, so fucking embarrassed. I don't know if I can read this. Hang on a second. Let me just gather myself here. And I hate when I do this. Like, I always watch back on these episodes and go, oh, Jesse, you should have just gone for it. Go do it. Make it happen. Stop stalling. And now I'm stalling even further by saying it. I really do feel this way. I feel like we should not do this to a man. But he did this to you and okay.
I didn't want to do it either.
This is a bridge. Yeah, I am making you do this. This is a bridge too far. All right, here you go. You ready? I'll come on camera for this part. All right. Oh boy, this is so fucking embarrassing. Shit. Several. About how many guns he's getting. Okay. Shit. Several. I'm about to gift Royce the first pistol I bought. I upgraded. Oh, cool. Took my concealed carry class and paid for the license. So that's on the way. Probably getting an AK soon. This is incredible. Jogging, shooting, learning first aid, and this is where I lose it. MERSH has been a secret type of guy this whole time. And we guessed all the types of guys MERSH would become, and we never came up with this. This is worse than Royce and the Star Trek shit. Okay?
Here's what he said. I'm gonna start this. I'm gonna start the sentence over again now that you're prepared. Jogging, shooting, learning first aid, and ham radio shit. He's a ham radio guy. And by the way, he's fat. He's a ham radio guy. Welcome to Ham Wave Radio. I'm your host, MERSH. I'll be jogging soon, I swear. I'm upgrading my AKs. Hi, everybody. It's me, MERSH. Then he says, I'm trying my hardest not to just scream, by the way. Then he says, being a nerd, but also still being a drunk degen. So he's still cool. Don't worry, kiddies. He's a nerd, but he's a cool nerd. He's the kind of cool nerd who gets a cop mustache. But still being a drunk degen.
He's a fucking cosplayer.
He says, finding balance. You are a goddamn woman, MERSH. I have no other way to put it. Finding balance. The only man who has ever said that does gymnastics, which means he is a woman too. No man has ever, in the history of Earth, the world, life, ham radio, no man has ever said, I'm finding balance. And by the way, I don't think you could find your balance. Because, for one, you're very lopsided, and two, it's got to be hard to keep straight with those eyeballs. Finding balance. Now, I'm sure, kiddies, your skin was crawling when he said that, but it had to have left your whole body. Your skin shot into the atmosphere after he said this. I'm sure of it. Were your ears ringing or something when you added me? Oh! 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 God. Now,
that was pretty uncomfortable.
Now, obviously, what he means is when somebody says that, it means they were just thinking about you. He's trying to tell you that you've been on his mind during this time, which the look on your face as I say that is so horrifying. I don't know how to describe it. Your eyes just rolled back with this look of pure disgust.
My fucking theory about the fucking cat still checks out. He bought it to fucking, look, I'm a human. I can take care of other creature. Like, this is fucking...
Let me just read a few of the comments while we've paused here on it. Ham Milker Radio. All those fries throw off his balance. MERSH's game is very low. Pommel Horse MERSH. Did that DM make her wet? Great question, Tom. Did that DM make you wet, kiddies?
Did you puke?
No.
Okay. Disgusting, someone says. He's an autistic woman. She is soaked from these flexes. Oh my God, so gay.
You.
It puts the lotion on the kitties, they're saying. Okay.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, God. Does he invite her over to meet some really cool possums? Okay. Casey, did you know that he's now friends with possums and raccoons that live in his dumpster?
I did not.
Okay. Well, if that does anything for you, maybe you want to rethink being his girlfriend.
Tempting.
Okay.
Very tempting.
All right. So he wants to know if your ears
do like
were ringing.
animals. Raccoons can be cute on photos, I think.
He wants to know if your ears were ringing.
Let me find out where we were.
So
I said that's fucking awesome. My sister got my dad an AK for his birthday. It's pretty sexy. I said, well, I had a friend request from Royce pending. I usually never use Facebook, but since I keep getting fucking reported on IG, I figure I might as well.
Now, I want to be clear. Again, she calls the AK sexy. When a girl says sexy, a guy like MERSH thinks that she's trying to imply something. She's not. Girls use
just
words.
A nice gun.
It's just a nice gun. Girls use words like that all the time. They don't realize the way they sound.
Even
Girls aren't
I
smart.
understand it, and it's my second language, and I'm also Polish. Like, how dumb this
the
fucking
worst combination too. So women, listen, women are kind of dumb, you know. So they don't know that you're taking it this way when they say stuff like that. So MERSH says, "Yeah, I have a friend who is a gun dealer, keeping an eye out. I could buy a modern AK if I wanted, but I specifically want an Egyptian or Serbian one. I have an eye out for a particular look." Yeah, well, that eye is always out. "I want that jihadi look, LOL. Then, kiddies, you changed the chat theme to monochrome to make MERSH. Well, actually, I was going to say to soothe MERSH's feelings here, but then I see that changed the emoji reaction to a black heart. So I assume that was to imply how dead you were inside after reading his gay stylistics, him talking about his aesthetics to you.
I mean, sometimes you do things, you know, subconsciously.
Okay.
Not really understanding. That's fair.
Go ahead.
That sounds hella fancy.
It's just weird I got a friend request. I haven't thought much of you since I figured you...
Then why were you just thinking about him?
I haven't thought much of you since you hated me, but you legit popped in my head last night, and now you added me. So it's weird, you know? It's weird. It's weird.
Haha, why did you think I hated you? And that is weird.
Actual weird, MERSH. That's actual weird. Not the weird you say when you're being bullied and you don't know how to describe your feelings. This is actual weirdness.
I don't know. You stopped coming around, and you were in the ROTC chat one day, kind of being kind of passive aggressive. And I was like, yeah, she hates me. Yeah, she hates me.
By the way, a guy describing a woman as being passive aggressive and they're not in a relationship together and he's a guy, so gay. Then you sent a voice message. Now we're going to keep running into a problem here. You sent a few voice messages to him, which have since been lost to time. You no longer have this Facebook. You don't know what these voice messages were, right?
I know, like, an idea. I know that I was saying, like, look, I'm not mad at you. I'm not upset with you. Like, that's pretty much the gist of this message, is just I wanted him to hear my voice because he kept going on about it. So I wanted him to hear that, like, I'm not mad at you, like, and I didn't leave because of you. Like, don't worry about it. And then he just keeps going on about it.
Somebody in the chat says, notice how big his paragraphs are compared to her responses. And then Jeremy says, I thought the Martina Markota thing was bad. Holy shit, this is compelling. So, yeah, just to suffice it to say, she's saying this in voice messages because she doesn't want to type all this shit. She doesn't want to talk about this. So it's easier to just say it and get it over with than to type it out. But that MERSH doesn't like that. So we're going to see a few of those. We're just going to skip them. We're just going to keep going, okay? So you said I didn't leave because of you. MERSH says,
well, I'm just saying. From my perspective, it got weird after Vegas. I felt shitty. You said some weird shit in the chat. Royce had told me you and him spoke about him helping you with some tech stuff. I just took it as MERSH, fuck off. Which, like, how does something that happens between you and Royce mean anything about MERSH? Why does that mean fuck MERSH?
He was fucking jealous because what Royce was doing was helping us out, setting up her, like, coming site. Was that it? Is that it?
Is that what it was?
OBS.
That's really what it was. He's upset over that. So he wanted to be a part of it so he could see you.
Yes.
That's incredible. That is so fucking gay. Okay. So yeah, and then again, I have a feeling that him taking this to mean something about him rather than it just being a conversation you decided to have with somebody is maybe a girlier response than you yourself have ever even had to anything that has ever happened in your entire life. I'm not sure a woman giving birth is girlier than MERSH saying, I thought you were talking about me when you weren't talking about me. All right.
No, this is pretty menstrual.
Yeah, this is pre-menstrual, as in pretty menstrual. So he says, which is why I let him keep that Stream Deck and bought my own with ROTC money. Now this is getting embarrassing.
This is also
Well, this is also incorrect because the Stream Deck, I sent it to Royce for helping me out with everything on OBS. And I was like, hey, I'm getting this Stream Deck. Would you be interested in one? And he's like, yeah, sure. So
by the way, they're getting like Royce's house is paid for by his dad, which by the way is like what MERSH tries to say about me and isn't true. MERSH lived in a house that was paid for by his friend's dad, which is the same thing as living in your own parents' house if you have dead parents. And Royce literally is in that situation, and they're making money from the show at this time. But Kitty's is still sending them, by the way, $100 equipment. A Stream Deck is $100. That's nothing. That should be a drop in the bucket. And MERSH
probably was even like a fancier one. Like I remember.
Oh, was it a big one?
It was like $170.
Oh, so it was the XL. Oh, unless they were just used to be more money. But so, okay, $170 still, that's nothing, right? So like MERSH assumes this is equipment for everything that comes in. It's just got to be for him. Free stuff. Oh, that's got MERSH's name on it then. You were giving it to Royce, and then MERSH just assumes it's for him, and then he buys one. He's jealous that Royce has one now. So he gets one, and that's why now we have soundboard MERSH. He never had those sound effects before. He's never used that before. He got that out of jealousy over Royce talking to a girl, and he bought it not with MERSH money, with ROTC money. You notice how he says that? I bought my own with ROTC money. MERSH has explained this before. They have a, pardon the phrase here, collective kitty of money that they use to buy things for their shows. For the show, for ROTC. But MERSH is not supposed to buy those for Nightwave. He's not supposed to use ROTC money for just MERSH stuff. So he actually committed a no-no by doing this. And then he says the gayest thing that's ever been said in all of human history. Although I still have the cat magnets. So you sent him cat magnets?
I sent Royce and MERSH and Marie a package like months before, and I made them chocolates, and I just sent them a nice little care package because I just like to send people stuff.
And just to be clear, this is a guy complaining that he thinks you hate him. You're sending them care packages.
This was before like the Vegas thing.
Imagine trying to smash her and talk to her about buying a Stream Deck, says Andy in the chat.
Hold on 1 second. I cannot hear you.
Oh no, what happened?
Because my things went off.
Okay. We'll give Kitties a second to figure that out. Let us know when you can hear us again. Here, I'll do this.
This is probably
They're cyberbullying me to death.
She's going to get her headphones
Maybe
on
not.
here. Although I still have the cat magnets, those are on my fridge.
All right, give me 1 second.
I also have the stuffed cat ball thing. I love how he says those are on my fridge. Fuck Royce. They're on my fridge. Which, by the way, now MERSH has bought Royce a fridge.
Lock himself into one fucking...
Kitties is not coming back, by the way. She's running away from how much... Her pussy crawled into her own asshole and died from reading this back, so...
I mean, come on, kitties, we must to get through this. It's like, to get this in open, like, it's gonna be very fucking, like, purifying, I feel. Like, for all the fucking bullshit this idiot twisted, because he doesn't even fucking grasp linear time when there was fucking nothing, then there was I, Then long after that, I called them gay, and that's her fault somehow because fuck, I don't know. Like, you know, like it's and most of these fucking idiots that fucking call me simp now fucking kind of sort of knew about it. You know,
I can hear you now.
Okay.
So that's fucking
Sorry.
annoying.
No, that's okay.
A bit.
That's okay. It gave Mr. Ballet Song some time to spurg out. Okay, so let's go to. All right, so this was interesting. I read this while you were gone. MERSH says that he put the cat magnets. He says they're on my fridge, and he capitalizes
Yeah.
my as if he's like somehow getting back at Royce or something. I don't know what the fuck that means. And then he says, I
Maybe
also.
it's like with getting his own apartment, he's extremely
He's proud of having a fridge. You're right. That is
Yes.
what it is. You're right. That's exactly what that is.
Might be.
I also have the stuffed cat ball thing. What is that?
It's like a little cat stuffy. I thought it was cute.
Was it for MERSH's cat?
No, he didn't have a cat at the time. It was for all of them.
Why did he keep it then? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm going to puke. Oh my God. This is so gross. This is so disgusting. Kitties, do you realize he stole that gas station cat out of the parking lot for you?
That's what Paulie said.
Dude!
I am right about
That's what
every
it
single
is!
fucking thing. I've told you about 2 years ago, and just like fucking call me Nostradamus, because fucking I figured them out, and I was still dumb
That
enough to
is
say that.
incredibly cringe. Holy shit. So he's been thinking about you this whole time and going, well, I've got the cat toy. I've got the cat magnets on my fridge. I might as well. Oh, here's a cat. Scoop. He yoinked a cat. He actually went out and yoinked one. Stole it. It's probably somebody else's cat. It came with a bow tie. I mean, somebody owned that cat. And MERSH was like, well, I'm still thinking about that time I almost had sex. So.
Oh, poor Louie.
And then he made an Instagram account for it. Oh my God, he's thinking about you.
And I've just, hey, Jesse, I've also made around that time another Instagram account I've just shared in the chat.
Oh.
Some of you might recognize.
Oh, hang on. I can't deal with this. Hang on. Kitties, do you know that you're the one that got away?
And all this time, I thought he was the one.
I'm gonna fucking be sick. This is awful. Oh my God. Everybody is yoinking in the chat room right now. They're all yoinking. Oh my, I can't. I don't know if I can continue.
I feel bad.
No. I might have to call it here. This is too much. It's too much. It's too bad. This is like, listen, I say this all the time. I know it. I'm a fucking broken record. Every time we bully MERSH, it gets worse. And with a lot of the goons, I'll go, okay, this is a bridge too far. You can't do this to a man. Imagine this being done to a man. But this is too much. Like to secretly uncover the disgusting gay motives, the shadows that lurk in a man's mind is horrific. This is an H.P. Lovecraftian sort of horror. This is non-Euclidean. It's never before seen. The type of Gordian knot that we are unraveling from MERSH's bonehead. And to see, honestly, what's killing me about all of this is, you know, Kitties is on screen. Like the girl in question is on screen live, and I can see her continue making these faces like, oh, you know, that climbing on top of that lap has been the biggest regret of her entire life.
I didn't know it was gonna do this.
Like,
if I
listen, I don't know what happened.
Let's be honest. You've seen some of the other bitches hanging around on the fucking Discord, so I mean, it's kind of an obvious choice. Just
hang on a second, kiddies. Listen, I don't know what happened between you and the father of your child, but I'm going to guess that MERSH is still a bigger regret than that. Yes.
Oh no, my son's father's fantastic.
Okay.
MERSH, there's no comparison. There is no world.
Yeah, I've heard about that guy. He's apparently.
Do not talk about my son's father.
Ooh.
I've said he's amazing. I've said he's amazing.
Whoa. Uh-oh. All right. Hang on now. All right, let's not huff any butts here. All right, we're all on the same side here. Hang on. This is what learning
annoying for everyone.
This
like,
is
I'm
what
very self-aware about myself.
This is what learning about a man's inner horrors does to people. Okay, we're all a little bit on edge right now, I think. All right.
And I just called that fucker gay.
Like, what is have you had a death in your family or anything? Any personal tragedies in your life, Kitty? So that anything like really, really horrible ever happened to you? You don't have to say what it is, but anything like that.
Yes.
Okay. Is MERSH still worse than that?
I mean, I have to, after all of this, I do have to do some rethinking. Because this is pretty fucking retarded. I can't even believe this is happening. This is the dumbest shit I think I've ever been a part of in my life.
Do you believe the theory that he got the cat based on having thoughts of you?
I don't know what to think about anything anymore.
Okay. Now, let's address this really quick before we keep reading. You did send a lawyer after MERSH after he did the show on you.
I did.
What happened there? Explain that to the folks.
Nothing really happened. I just kind of wanted to shed some light on, recording and distributing videos that were recorded and uploaded illegally. Is illegal. You can't really do shit like that.
Okay. And MERSH believes in that. He's taken videos down in the past and stuff like that. So he must agree with you there. So the cease and desist was simply stop sharing your copyrighted content. Is that what it was?
Yeah, like stop threatening me with it. Like I understand that everyone's seen it. Like wonderful, have fun. But like is this me? Sorry. No, but I understand that like everyone's seen it, but to use it to try to get back at Bali and like use it in a revenge type of way.
That's revenge
what
porn.
I really had a problem with.
That's revenge porn. That's a
definition.
Motherfuckers literally kept tagging me in posts about how amazing your
okay, all right, Bali. Some things don't need to be said. Anyway,
that's why. But I have to like set it up. Like, this
no, you don't. No, you don't. You don't have to set it up. No. You don't have to set it up. No. All right, hang on. So let me say something here. I got something to say. No. I'm the host of the show. Hang on. So I'm trying to go in a certain direction here. Hang on. You're talking about like, ooh, your butt. All right. So who cares? All right. So anyway, your cease and desist though. Did it not also ask him to not like give out your name and stuff like that? Or did you not say anything about that?
It basically said to call off anybody, any of his little mutants to stop coming after me.
The butt
and
huffers.
To not speak of me or,
to
stop
not bring
lying
you up
about shit.
So this is the craziest part.
Yeah, don't bring me up.
You got a lawyer. He's a real lawyer. He sent a real cease and desist. I've said this a million times. Cease and desists are bullshit. You don't have to listen to them, throw them out, shred them. Tell the lawyer who sent it to you to eat his own asshole until he drowns in shit. I completely don't respect them whatsoever. Now, MERSH has seen my content where I do that. I've had a million cease and desists in the past. I have a famous amongst the pizza funders is an episode of my show where I covered an old roommate of mine. I turned him into a little pay piggy for me of content because he didn't pay his rent. And he sent me a cease and desist from a disgraced lawyer who was charged with terrorism and had raped his wife. And that's a bad move because then I do a show. About your rapist lawyer on top of that, while telling you to fuck yourself with the cease and desist. Right? It's a great episode. It's in the Pizza Fund World War level. But anyway, MERSH did a whole cease and desist episode on your lawyer, and he was copying me. I mean, I know it. That's what it was. He's seen that thing. He was copying. That's no big deal. But the point is, when I get the cease and desist, I do an episode. I go, oh, fuck that. That's gay. Cease and desist doesn't mean anything. And if you had done that to me, kiddies, I've been like, fuck you, you stupid bitch. And then I would have given out your name, your address. I would have fully doxed you. The intro of my show would be your cam girl stuff where you're doing whatever, shoving things and stuff. And then I don't know what you get up to. I haven't seen it, but that would be the intro of my show. And I'd be like, and then your lawyer I'd be doing every episode of my show would be about your lawyer. After that, he would put a gun in his mouth. He would B to the back of the H. And basically what MERSH did, this is incredible. He thought he could be a tough guy on his cease and desist episode. And he's like, hey, you give me a cease and desist? Well, fuck you, bitch. I'm Tony Mafia Soprano. I'm on the wire. Fuck that. And then he complied with the cease and desist. I've never seen anything like it before. He kept making fun of it. He said, cease and desist these nuts. And then the whole episode, he complied with it by not saying your name, by refusing to read. I don't think he even said kitties during that episode. You haven't seen it, but the whole time, the cease and desist worked. MERSH is the only guy where that's ever worked. I've been getting cease and desist since before Podawful, by the way. And I have never once regarded them. I just went, okay, sue me then. Now MERSH is on the episode going, okay, sue me then. I'm Mr. MERSH Effect. You can't sue me then. And then he tries to lawyer MERSH his way out of it while complying with the cease and desist. It's crazy. It's worth a watch. Check it out. Definitely watch that episode. Kitties, you had a theory though. We briefly spoke about this before the show. You had a theory on why he was doing that. Do you remember what you said?
What did I say?
You said you were guessing that the reason he was complying with the cease and desist, like why he was doing that, was that he had looked up the laws. Do you remember saying that?
Yeah.
And
absolutely, because if you do look up the laws, I mean, a cease and desist is nothing, but it's nothing if the person, sending it has no money or no interest in going after you. But as far as it goes, I have a lot of people, MERSH, Royce, you think like you, but they've been screenshotting everything and sending it. So I pretty much prove without a doubt that my content is being used against me. So it's just, I really think that he would be stupid not to comply.
See,
because, you don't even really need to take somebody to court to ruin their reputation and get all these companies who are allowing them to use their platform to get money. All you got to do is just send a few letters and be a legitimate person. That's all.
Now, I disagree with your theory. I don't think MERSH looked at the law or even necessarily thinks he did anything wrong. I think he decided he's lawyer MERSH, just like when he's detective MERSH and cop MERSH. And
a lot of MERSHs.
There's a lot of MERSHs. Collect them all.
A lot of MERSHs.
And that's why he needs a stylist. He needs an outfit for every type of MERSH there is. Ham radio MERSH, which, by the way, Belly Song, start drawing that one. You're going to, and by the way, ham radio, when you draw it, just give him pig snout and ears and tail, and he's just playing with a radio. So this is, MERSH is too stupid to do anything for a good reason. That's 100% not the case. He complied with it as an accident. He didn't realize he was doing it. He's just that dumb. All right, let's keep this going. Let's get this over with. This is fucking killing me. Although I still have the cat magnets, I also have the stuffed cat ball thing. Then you sent an audio message, and you said you probably lost the place.
Yeah. Where am I?
This is after the stream deck part. That's my fault.
Whenever I look at, I feel like shit.
No, this is I'm glad you kept the kitty's memorabilia. Ha ha.
Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. I'm glad you kept the kitty's memorabilia. Ha ha.
And again, he thinks that's flirting. He says, "You keep sending blank voice messages, LOL."
They're blank fucking Facebook.
So he can't hear the things being sent to him. He hasn't been listening to you. I did keep it, but whenever I look at my fridge, I feel like shit. So he's thinking about you every day. Every day of his life, he's thinking about you. Those things are still in his fridge. I guarantee it. I need to see proof of life.
He's going to the fridge.
I need today's newspaper in front of his fridge, a photo taken, a selfie with MERSH in it, today's newspaper, proof of life in that fridge. If those magnets aren't up there, I'll give you $376. LMAO, LOL. They aren't blank. Works on my phone. Blah, blah. I'm trying to get past this part because this part's kind of stupid. Works on my phone. My computer is being gay. And then you send him another audio thing. Okay, so then all right, read this part here about shitty.
That's shitty. Sad face. I feel bad.
Why? Would I have been mad at you? You were never anything but a wonderful, warm person to me. He talks like Perry Caravello. A wonderful, warm person to me who also happened to be hot on an aggravating level. You hot and bothered him. Feel free to puke if you need to. Now you sent him some. You sent him some heart emoji smiley face.
Yes, that's what I send anybody who compliments me on social media.
Okay.
Anybody who compliments me gets that because I don't really.
Girls really do have these predetermined responses like that. They do deal with these things all the time. So
yeah, that's my moving on face. I don't want to talk about it, and then say, I don't know. I guess we're both stubborn asses looking at it now.
People are
sweaty face.
People are they're curling up from cringe right now from these messages. I was dating a girl who was failing in every conceivable way to the point where she knew it and allowed me to kind of do whatever I wanted. So it wasn't really cheating. So his whole thing about how, I cheated on a girl, so that's not real. If she's real, by the way. Kitty's
in which movie, MERSH? In what fucking comic book or whatever the fuck you base your...
Kitties, did you know anything about him having a girlfriend at the time?
Which episode of Sopranos?
Do you have any idea who this girl could even be?
Probably something in his imagination.
Okay, there we go. So, to the point where she kind of knew it and allowed me to do whatever I wanted. You and I, this is sick. He actually says about a girl and a guy, you and I linked up. He uses that for fucking everything. Dick is the kind of guy who will link up with you.
And I just sucked dick. I'm always going to be Dick Daddy.
So, I actually I do have, hang on a second. I got to play it. Because it's just too funny not to. I should have had this one ready to go, but I just did not. Let's go to this, and let's go to my MERSH file. I have a whole file on you, and here we go.
Dick's always a guy that links up and always wants to link up with me.
So what does it mean if he and Kitty's linked up, and he also always wants to link up with Dick? What does that mean at that point? Okay, little strange. I wanted, and you and I linked up. I only shut it down as to not be bad. Every time he says linked up from now on, by the way, he's talking about having sex. Okay? Every single time. So when you hear him on Nightwave say, yeah, me and Ethan Ralph linked up. I was trying to link up with Frank Castle. You know what it means. You know what it means. So I only shut it down. Crazy thing to say. I only shut it down as to not be bad to you. And it got weird.
So I assumed I was the cunt, which in some ways I always am and still was in that scenario. And then you sent a very telling emoji.
That's this emoji.
Yeah, the old emoji.
That's interesting.
Now, I wonder what in this message she's saying to. I don't think it's the girlfriend. I think you probably ignored that completely, knowing it was made up. I don't think it was him being a cunt. You knew that. I have a feeling it might have something to do with the linking. All right. So he says, when you were like, I really like you, I felt the same. And I... So this is a crazy girl. He wanted nothing. When a bitch starts telling you she likes you, kick her to the curb, boys. I ain't letting any girl into my bed unless she's sucking and fucking. Am I right? Bitch, you better suck my fucking dick unless you want me to gut you like a goddamn fish. Capiche? So it turns out in reality, he also really liked you. And okay. And he says, I felt the same. And I knew anything I did would have been me taking advantage of a moment, because you're drunk, without giving you full context. And I legit had to channel every goddamn bit of my moral fiber to do the right thing, Spike Lee, which to this day, I kick myself in the ass for. So he is thinking about you, but it was because I didn't want you to hate me. That relationship was already on its last legs, and I didn't much care about her hating me or me hating myself, which I'm used to after 38 years. LOL. Now, before you read the next line, kiddies, he claims you said, I really like you. Did you say to MERSH, I really like you?
I said, I like you. I did.
And was there a context for that? Was that followed up with anything?
Well, do you want to get into the activities?
Oh, no, I fucking don't. But let's get into the activities, shall we?
I mean, since he's speaking about it so openly, I think that it's, totally
let's
fair.
get open. Let's open butts. Let's spit in them. Let's do the whole thing.
Let's do all that.
Okay.
So we were watching Groundhog Day. And we were
No. Wait. You can't gloss over that. No, you can't gloss over that. Hang on. I'm going to lose it. I didn't know that part. You have not told me that before. I'm going to die.
You said to keep things secret. You said to keep things.
Oh.
You wanted to wait.
This is going to be longer than this episode's going to be longer than the fucking Killjoy episode. Now, I thought this would be over and done with. Oh my, I'm sorry for keeping you so long.
It's gonna be a fucking Netflix series.
Holy fucking shit, you were watching. So wait, hang on. How does it even? I need to know how it got to that point.
I drove them back to their hotel room.
Were they in the same room?
Well, it had 2 rooms. It was an apartment. It's a 2-bedroom apartment, like a shitty one.
Okay.
So
Royce,
room.
Royce was there while this happened?
Yes, he was in his room sleeping. I'm sure.
You were out on sleeping. He was in the closet watching, I guarantee it.
Star Trek.
He probably filmed it.
By the way, did he ever do you watch Star Trek? Did he ever talk with you about Star Trek? Like, no.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't care about Star Trek.
Did he ever try to three-way with you and his wife?
All right, now we're getting off topic.
Well, hang on. Did Royce ever try to three-way with you and his wife?
I have nothing to say about Royce. This is not a response to Royce. Royce has not said anything openly about me.
Sounds like a yes.
I have nothing bad to say about Royce.
And somebody in the chat room points out Groundhog Day is about a man lying over and over to trick a woman into liking him.
So
It's a great movie.
It's a great movie, and it is.
I love that movie.
MERSH's life is a lot like it because it's kind of the same stupid shit happening over and over again, and every day ending with MERSH being suicidal. So, okay, so you drove him back. Royce is in the closet masturbating. You and MERSH sit on the couch. You know what's about to go down. Royce is dying because he's thinking about how much Marie would love to get in on this action like she normally does. I'm saying it, you're not. And so MERSH is like, let's put on a movie.
I don't remember exactly. I know exactly what happened as soon as the movie was going. We were watching it. I have a problem with quoting movies. I remember one of the quotes, my favorite quote is, you make choices and you live with them, which is really kind of crazy to think about now. But we were talking, and then nothing was really happening. Like, you know that feeling when you sit next to someone and you're kind of like, oh man, maybe we're going to make out or something. So I had that feeling of excitement, believe it or not. And then this is really fucking humiliating.
Yeah.
So stupid. So then I, straddled him.
By the way, would you ever, if you had sex with him, would you be the girl who then calls that rape after the fact because of how much regret you have for it happening? Because I would say that'd be the one case where that would be okay to do.
I don't think so. I think I would just, make my bed and bury myself in it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So we're kind of, fooling around a little bit, and then MERSH has no idea what he's doing. He has no idea what to do. So I thought maybe he was really drunk or something.
You have to describe what that means.
It means that, like, when a guy is trying to touch you, but he doesn't know how, like, it's an awkward...
Are you saying he doesn't know where your hole is?
I'm saying he doesn't know about intimacy. Like, he has no idea how it is how to be intimate with somebody.
I absolutely do not want to do this, but we have to set the scene here a little bit. Are you straddling him at this point?
Yes.
What shape could you feel his penis through his pants?
Yes.
What shape would you describe it as?
I know what you want me to say.
What shape?
It's like dick.
It was like a what are those things? A triangle.
Of course. And then, but seriously, so that people don't think that I've coached you on this.
It really that way.
Give your real answer for this. How big was the triangle?
It was below average.
Oh, I mean, if you had to estimate.
I would say change my mind, MERSH, and show it below average.
Okay, all right. I mean, are we talking 4, 2?
He wants to talk about my shit, and just for the record, that's the only reason why I'm even discussing this, is because he went on 3 episodes of all of my body, whatever. So below average.
Would you say it was a cute one?
No, nothing is cute about that.
Oh no,
person.
that's all one word. Acute.
Oh, acute? Yeah.
Okay, so, but are we talking 2 inches, 3 inches, 4 inches? What are we talking?
4 max.
4 max. Yikes.
I give him 4.5.
So you're straddling him.
Nice.
You're straddling him. Now, is the shirt off at this point?
No shirt. His shirt wasn't off. To be honest, I took my bra. I don't wear bras. I'm not wearing one right now. Don't like them. So I thought it was a good opportunity for me to take my bra off and say, well, maybe this will help.
Oh my god.
So that was
Christ.
So that was a last resort to try to get him to understand where his hands and teeth should go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess.
Did he taste like cigarettes?
Yeah, well, I did too. I used to smoke cigarettes.
Okay, that's fine then. So you were like, yum.
Yeah.
Okay. What did he smell like, by the way?
Cigarettes and feet.
Are you being serious when you say feet?
Yeah.
He was footy.
He was footy.
Was that just because he was out? You guys were out walking around. It might just be because
he's walking around a lot.
Okay, so that might not be norm. He lost his breath.
It was strenuous. I mean, Fremont is like
flat.
Really,
completely
taxing. It's like a marathon.
It's completely flat and thus not difficult at all.
Yeah.
Okay, and
which is very difficult.
So I need to understand though the full scope of stumbling here. Like really, like, okay, here's the thing. Really describe it. Like it's going into a medical journal. Think of it like that. And in order to trigger these thoughts back in you, here, I'm going to help you out. Okay, listen to this. This is going to bring the thoughts are going to come flooding back. Listen.
Then put your little hand in mine. There ain't no hill or mountain.
No, it's all coming back. It's all coming back now.
Right? Okay,
Yeah.
so now you're thinking about it. You're like, all right, here we are.
Now it's all rushing back like a bad memory.
Okay, campers, rise and shine, and don't forget your booties, cause it's cold out there today.
It's cold out there every day. What is this, Miami Beach?
Not hardly. And you can expect hazardous travel later today.
All right, so where are Mersh's hands right now?
They're around places. I think he was squeezing my ass at some point.
What now? When he squeezed it, did he squeeze it the way a man squeezes an ass, or did he squeeze it the way you knead bread dough?
It was kind of like the way that kid did on The Wedding Singer with Julia, like when he was dancing.
All
like
right.
just that awkward, like just very weird.
Now there's a girl in the chat. She says, her name's Swan. She says, "How did this even happen?" Now, we've already been over this, but it's a great question. All right, now
It's a great question.
Let's take you back there. Hang on.
That blizzard thing.
Oh, that blizzard thing. That blizzard thing. Oh, well, here's the report. The national.
Okay, so where's Mersh's mouth during this?
At some point he tried to put his mouth actually he just put his mouth right on my nipple, which usually like you move around or something.
But weren't you still wearing a shirt?
No, one of my titties were out.
Oh, you had it lifted up.
No, it was like out of my tank top. Just one though. That's how good this is going.
Did he do that or did you?
I think I started. I started, and then he just like went for it like he was hungry. And then I was like, okay, this is going really bad.
At any point were you in fear of your ribs being sucked out through your nipple?
I was in fear of my soul being unredeemable.
Okay,
Like I was
true.
trying to feel.
Unfortunately,
something.
you are going to Jewish heaven. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, which is hell. So he's sucking on a nipple. He's trying to find it. He's worming his mouth around somewhere down there. Oh fuck! I'm gonna be sick.
I think
at any point
I'm
did he bite by accident or even on purpose?
Nope.
Okay, all right. So
that
had
would
he
have been interesting.
had he already removed his teeth at that point?
Yeah.
Okay, and
yeah.
Or were they just so soft maybe you couldn't tell the difference?
It's a blur. I tried to block it out.
Okay, so he's moving around down there. Now, why isn't that? Now, listen, let's say I'm messing around with my wife or something. I put my mouth on her titty. I grab a butt. That works for her. Why is this not working in Mersh's case?
It just didn't. It's just something was off. Like something was just really, really off. So I thought he was like worried or nervous. So I blew a raspberry, like one of those those raspberry. I blew a raspberry on his neck. To try and
Wait, you made a fart sound on his neck?
Yeah, I did. I tried to just
No.
Listen, we're getting into it.
Wait. My whole world is about to restart. Hang on a second.
I'm so confused.
Okay, you farted. So this was going so bad, you farted on him.
Yeah, yes. I wanted to try and make it playful.
You're brap hogging him. You're brapping him. He's your brap hog.
Brapping?
He's your brap hog. Would you just admit that he's your brap hog?
What is that?
It's when you're into farts. when you're into a big meaty person letting out some stankers.
What the?
It was raspberry. It's innocent.
He's not a brap hog. He's a brap ham radio. All right. So you fart into his which neck fold did you fart on, by the way?
Yeah, I was on his left side.
Okay. Okay. So one of the
I'm trying to get things to be fun.
One of the side fold.
In the side fold.
Okay. And
this is insane.
Could you feel
Did his eye twitched at you as you did it?
Could you feel could you feel his skin tags against your lips when you did that?
No.
Okay. Too drunk for that. Did any of them get caught in your braces? Oh
no.
God. Oh my God. I'm gonna puke. This is bad. Okay, so all right, so
I'm having hallucinations again, I think.
So she's had MERSH in her mouth. LOL, disgusting. Okay.
This is how you know I can't be lying about this. Like,
That's
this
true.
is the ugly truth.
Nobody would
of what
admit this
happened.
otherwise. All right, let's.
No one could make this
So
up.
you brap hog him.
We can't fly. Yeah.
Now what?
And then I'm like, let me just check in, make some eye contact, see what's going on. So I sit up with my titty out and I look in his eyes and I felt like nothing. Like I felt nothing. Usually you're making out, there's like tingling, something sensual. It was like absolutely nothing.
MERSH made
and I
you
looked in his
dead
eyes.
inside.
Yeah, in
no,
a
no,
sense,
no, no,
yeah.
no, no, no.
No, wait,
I have
it
a-
gets...
I'm always going
It
to be
gets
Big Dick
worse
Daddy.
with the dead inside. So I looked at which eye.
Yeah,
one
at
of his
any point,
eyes.
wait, at any point did he take out your titties and then he couldn't determine which one to go for because his eyes were too crossed?
No,
Okay.
no, that didn't happen. But so then I kind of looked in his eyes. I felt nothing. I didn't know what was going on.
Well, you
I
didn't.
was like, maybe something's off. Like, I don't understand what's going on. But I was like, I like you. And then the cuddling thing comes in, and I just felt so bad for him. I was like, do you want to cuddle?
Oh.
Like, that's all I could say. That's all I
my
could say
God.
was, do you want to cuddle? Because I didn't know what else
So-
to say because I just wanted to leave.
We got to be 1 billion. We got to be 6 million% clear on this. Not one more, not one less. Okay.
Yes.
When you said, do you want to cuddle, that immediately followed the sentence, I like you.
No, I said, I like you. Do you want to cuddle?
So it immediately follows it. So you immediately say
Yes.
that. Okay. So yes. So that's all one thought then.
Yes.
At any point, did you run your fingers through his hair? And by hair, I mean
Yeah.
the one hair.
Yes. Yes.
Oh God, was it? Did it seem like he had
It's awful.
recently? Did it seem like he had?
So bad.
Did it seem like he had recently cut it to try to impress people while in Vegas?
Absolutely.
Could you see the bald spots and did any of it?
Yeah, I just wanted to look past it, you know? I was just trying to.
Did any of his hair fall out in your hands as you ran your hands through it?
Not that I noticed. I was
Okay.
kind of in shock.
Okay. Did you realize how bald he was
Did you saw
before you
your
met him?
reflection in his fucking head?
Did you realize how bald he was before you met him?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, seeing him in person was very revealing.
Well, I'll say. So, okay. All right. So you sit up, you go, this ain't working. You say, I like you. Do you want to cuddle? Which is code for let's stop this. That's like the nicest possible way of saying we're done here. And not just immediately walking out. It's like the only other thing you could do at that point is go, oh my God, I forgot to shampoo my hair. Bye. And then you float like a balloon into the air.
Bad. I just started feeling really bad. That's all. That's all I could say is, do you want to cuddle?
Oh fuck! This is so fucking embarrassing. It hurts.
It is.
And by the way, Porcelain, when you put this into the doc, put this part in. Okay, this is I just want this to go in there. Yuck! Just that. That's all. I just want to. Ew!
And also, like, put some like subtitles if you clip any of my shit.
Also, yeah, you will need subtitles. Also, put the word lolcow in the title of the doc so that Mersh's face comes up when you Google lolcow. Thanks. All right. Anyway, I know it's supposed to be Terrorsburg, but just throw in lolcow. Nobody's going to care. All right. So you offer to cuddle. Then what happens?
Then he's like, I was like, do you want to cuddle? And then he looked at me and I was like, do you want me to stay? He's like, if you want to stay. I was like, well, do you want me to stay?
Oh my God. This is not the way he describes it at all.
And then he's like, well, if you want to stay, you can stay. And then
he's trying to act like he kicked you out. He's like, nah, bitch, you want to cuddle? You can bite the curb.
Yeah, that didn't happen. And then I look over and like the sun's coming out. I'm like, well, it's pretty late. So I'm just going to go. I'll see you guys tomorrow because I was going to take him to the airport and we were planning on going in and out. I was like, look, I'll see you tomorrow, whatever. So then, I get in the car and then there's like, the messages kind of, I say that I went into a panic attack. We're not there yet. So if you want to go there,
let's
then
not spoil anything.
Yeah.
Let's not spoil anything. Let's go to the next part here.
More humiliation on my end.
Okay, wait. No, I already read this one, right? Yeah, this one I just read. All right, let's go to this part. Here you go. This is your line.
The well I felt.
Yeah, well I felt.
Well, I felt you didn't care much for me as a person, and I didn't understand what exactly was going on, but I knew it was something.
You have your faults like anyone, but if you aren't anything else, you are fucking true, and that's rare. I can be a prick to people who have PvP enabled. What the fuck is PvP? I don't know what that means.
Player versus player.
Oh
Gaming.
my God. Oh my
Jesus
God.
Christ, he actually went back to the gaming.
Oh my God.
Dude, before I forget to even mention it, all this because I cannot, like, they just pulled the label fucking, like, you know how many times as I was fucking playing with her, fucking this fucking faggot just like bothered her to like, why you don't play with us? Like, I've heard so many times this fucking phrase, why you not playing with us? Why you don't go? Like, why you not this? Why you not that? Like, fucking, such a fucking woman that guy is. Oh!
Okay, so you've got PvP enabled. All right. I thought he was talking about like some sort of STD or something. All right, so that's good. It's just gamer lingo. You've got PvP enabled, but you are a genuine person who is honest, and I can't go around tearing flowers out of the ground at my age. Holy shit. That is what an old man says. Oh my God, who under 65 has ever used that phrase? He called you a flower. Now you're some dumb whore. But back then, he didn't want to tear out flowers. All right, go ahead.
I appreciate that very much.
But I'd be lying if I said it's not one of the things I kick myself in the ass for at least once a week, LOL.
Well, I must say, this is where it goes bad.
This is where it goes bad?
Yeah, this is where it goes real bad. I could feel something was off. I left that night and when I got home, I had a panic attack. I crawled into my mom's bed, actually. Pretty fucking tragic.
Oh my fucking God. Pretty
I'm
fucking tragic indeed.
I crawled in my mom's bed and had a fucking panic attack. Like, this is exactly what fucking happened.
MERSH
like, he wants to talk about telling the truth.
MERSH is so disgusting. He causes women who almost have sex with him to have panic attacks. That's how horrible you are at sexual relations and being a guy. Okay. All right.
Almost as if she's gay.
Okay. So now, kiddies, I feel like I'm keeping you a long time. Do you need to go?
No, I'm good.
Okay, then let's do this. The show has gone on for so long, but there's still more to go. And I've got more stuff from Bally. So oh my God. Wait until you see what MERSH wants his new theming to be for ROTC and Nightwave. It's incredible. Oh. It is so good. Let's do this, guys. You guys hang with me real tight. Just stay muted for a second here. We're going to end tonight's program and jump into the Pod After show. You can see the rest of this and get the full DMs. Sorry, I'm just running out of time here. I got to wrap this up. So you can see all that in the $6 level of the Pizza Fund. Join at podawful.pizza. I'm going to say right now, before we go, thank you to our guests, Mr. Ballysong and Show Me Kitties. This is a very brave thing for both of them to do. Show Me Kitties, obviously, because this is very, open and honest and earnest stuff. And, this is revealing. It's like being naked on the internet, basically. Well, I guess you're used to that, but it's like, it's like being, exposed to some degree. And she was willing to do this for your laugh. So please don't fuck with her. And then, of course, Mr. Ballysong, this is very difficult for him to do because, you saw the state he's in. He was going to puke at any second. I mean, come on. So, say your thanks to these people for making your day a little bit more swell. And I hope to see you in the Pizza Fund. Until next time, have an awful day. Bye, guys. We'll be right back. Bye, everybody. Bye. I don't know where the ending music is. This is embarrassing. Please don't look at me.